There's our button. Click to go live. It'll tell me it's going live. And before I know it's going live, hey, it's Thursday night. Welcome to my basement. It's T&D. I got that all in the wrong order. Live from my basement. It's Thursday night. There you go. That's how it's supposed to go. Welcome to Dave's Imaginations presents Dark Queen Ascension, The Fallen. And so tonight we have 4 of our 5 regular in-person people. Glenn is on remote assignment deep in the armpit of Springfield, aka Decatur, as he is learning how to be, quality control for his company's we won't go there. Yeah. So anyway. So let me jump over, just check OBS one more time, just to see that. Looky there, we all look. Hi everyone, woo, yeah. Lean back so we can see your big belly. That's good. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm down under 220.
Down under. That's great.
Good for you.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and run the intro. Everyone's favorite intro. Boom. Yeah, all right, let's jump over to the YouTube camera. That's the game. That's the layout. And we jump over here, and we're over here, and we are in the right spot. So that song is called something along like The Great Train Robbery. It's supposed to be a locomotive. It's a locomotion.
How many locomotives are there in Faerun?
How many submarines are there?
Yeah. One. Good question.
So, that we know of? Maybe none.
Give Ken some time. Bulldog's working on stuff.
Yeah, so...
He'll need a big pile of garbage for that one.
Yeah. All right, so we have Olak. So that is Ken. Ken, you're online?
He's attached.
You're on mute.
He may still be out.
Maybe you're
I found the mute button.
All right, you had your emergency dog walk is done?
Yes.
All
she is now a happy puppy.
All right, fantastic. Is that your dog?
That's my sister's, technically.
Because when you... Supposing you ever had to move away...
She would not come with me, no.
She would not come with you. Very good. So...
She went with my sister when she moved away, though, so, you know...
And where's your sister live? Where would your...
She's in Spokane.
Okay, Washington.
Yeah, still in Washington, but, you know, other side of the state.
Mm-hmm. How many hours is that?
6 to 8.
Yikes. Dang. Washington is a big-ass square state.
Apparently.
Big mountains, too, don't it? It has mountains, too.
Mostly along the coast, right? Mount Olympus?
But the mountains are between us and her.
Are they? Yeah. So
one of the mountains.
I visited my cousin in Port Angeles.
Oh, yeah. Yep, Port Angeles.
And that's 3 hours north and west of Seattle. I did not know there was 3 hours north and west of Seattle.
And still being in the country.
But it's literally across the bay from Victoria?
Vancouver?
Yeah, Victoria.
Oh, Victoria.
Victoria, Vancouver, maybe.
Yeah.
For me and my geography.
Victoria, BC. I really like the bit of Washington that you actually have to go into Canada and then come back into the U.S. to get...
Nice.
I saw something about that. They were really screwed during COVID when they shut the border down.
Yep.
Wow.
It's like, well, better hope you have critical travel needs. You're not just going to Bellingham for a day.
Okay, how about a recap?
Indeed.
See what I remember. We are in Gundolin. Let's see if I can find it here. On screen on Matt Gunderlin. The island of Gunderlin. And the Horde Breaker is off the coast at Port Gundbarg, where we took a rowboat into town and had our initial encounter with the old man is dead epitaph thing, and then we made it to the what was the name of the inn? The inn, and we saw in the inn there was guards and the local police were there, as well as the constable, and we ran into a new character, a new person of Christiana. Christiana was at the bar talking to Miros, the very hairy bartender, who got nervous and ran off. But on the return back, as our group came in, Olak recognized somehow, some way, our recently transformed Olak, who was human, but through the revelations of his mind, unwrapping of the protections, he transformed into a Githyanki. And starting to realize that he is not who he thought he was, but uncanny recognition of Christiana sitting at the bar talking to this dude, and so we had this whole conversation, and kind of nervous conversation as we realized that Christiana is actually a monster hunter, and here on assignment. And so, hey, with that in mind, why don't you join us to go hunt down the dragon, or go into this dragon's lair and see what we find? And we can, it'd be good experience. And so you did. You spent the night. There, and then the next morning you headed up to Arveiatuace's lair. And you're doing this because Varinka has had guidance from a wizard that possesses a ring she wears, and this wizard comes to be is the spirit of the dead rider, the Melthron, the magnificent Melthron, that was the beloved dragon rider of Arveiatuace, and so with the thought of maybe claiming some way of breaking Arveiatuace, who we believe has flown east in support of Dark Queen Ascension, of the calling of the Drakhorn. You're hoping that maybe you can treat with Arveiatuace in some way to have her on your side instead of...
No, I don't expect Christiana to know all this, but how much does the rest of the crew... How much have you told?
Well, we had this conversation on the walk to the lair. That's...
Yeah.
How much would you say Varinka shared with us?
I've shared that there's a ring and the spirit there, and he told me that we could speak through this brooch, and I wouldn't give much more than that. You know, what my intentions are, I still haven't really...
You may not, Varinka might not know.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what to do. Part of this is my long-term thinking, and I don't know if that's with the party or away from the party, so I'm trying to figure that all out. That's above the table. Mm. She's definitely trying to figure this out with as little involvement as needed with you guys, but Olak wanted to come along, and then it became everybody, and it seemed like it was prudent since it's an ancient dragon's lair.
And I guess the reason I asked was because some of the above the table discussion was, well, we don't want to do anything to piss the dragon off or whatever. That makes sense if you've shared like, oh yeah, our intention is to befriend the dragon. Yeah. But if the whole point of this is like, hey, let's go steal some stuff from a dragon's lair, then the
right, yeah, it was definitely not a steal.
Would you have
stuff.
shared that you promised to the spirit that you would take only
Yes.
that thing.
Yeah. I mean, we were there for one thing and one thing only.
One thing only.
To learn a little, and to learn, right? So recon. It was strictly a recon with the one exception of the brooch, which is going to allow me to be able to talk to her, which would be nice to use to befriend her. I would imply that or infer that, since you guys all wanted to come. No, hey, it's backup. I mean, if I had fought that frost giant myself,
Who knows?
I don't know if I would have made it.
After dealing with the kobolds, you would have just blown past the kobolds
I
best you
probably
could.
would have avoided them as much as I could.
Yeah, so as on the walk, I assume you gave that story. You were very clear, don't touch anything other than the brooch, and where you expected the brooch to be, and to a large extent that was all true. You do have you share that there's a spirit of Melteron in your ring.
Yep.
And he's giving you some guidance, like the password, which had expired, sorry. Right?
That was a legitimate risk.
Yeah, and that his lair is on the second level, probably. And that there was kobolds were his minions. So the high-level details were somewhat correct, anyway. and so you make their path, and as you climb up this mountain, the weather turns cold with the altitude, and you come to the kobold lair. That the kobolds may be squishy, but their traps are very much not squishy, or very, very squishy. And so you dealt with the kobolds the best you could before you finally just left and continued on your way, and you made it to a volcanic crater in at least one of the peaks of the mountain, ice covered, and standing in front of a cavern on the far side was this frost giant. Wrong password, battle. Take it down. You go in, and you found the pillars of honey. The pillars of honey that we messed with, and that was trapped. You took a short rest, and then you decided to check out the hole in the ceiling of this cavern. This hole is kind of like this. We kind of see the shadow here a little bit, right? And instead of going through the tunnels to the second level of the lair, you one by one are flown up to that second level. And in that second level is, through investigation, you find the walls are encased in the walls of the lair are glittering gold and gems befitting of a dragon, and you find the nest, this big ice nest of where it might be.
If I remember correctly, the brooch cape
It's on the cape.
was not in the same cavern with the egg, so we didn't even get through to the egg. You described it as
Yeah, he said it was right there. Yeah, we didn't get to the egg yet.
we didn't get to the egg.
It was
So
like
you
kind
show
of
us in the
behind
same
the-
cavern with the egg. We aren't
Right.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said it was like behind a glass.
So this cavern right here is where the cape was, right?
Yeah,
Right in that.
Right here.
In that wall,
Yeah,
right.
in that wall.
Right, and as you pull
Dig through
it
it,
out, right, you saw that there's a cavern. You're right. I made the assumption.
No, yeah.
Oh no.
All right, so you
And if I wasn't clear enough in my text, being lawful good dragon, you go in there after. I might actually take their side.
roll for initiative.
Oh yeah, you want to tangle with the gold dragon? You go
I mean,
right ahead.
Vrika is this far
If
in.
you're lucky, I'll just leave you there.
Vrika's this far in, and I'm gonna just say before you know what you're saying, you say, "Oh my God, there's a dragon egg in there," and everyone learns this, right? And even if you didn't, you walk away, people would see it. So that's where we're at. There's a foot, 6 inches to a foot left of ice, but it's very clear that behind there's an egg that is large, and you can only assume is a dragon's egg.
Yeah.
Could be a snowball.
Could be. You should go check. And I guess the only other detail I'd throw in there is as you are in wonder of the ice cavern, you can see behind the walls,
Yeah.
right? And this kind of makes
Shadows in the
make it
ice,
fun.
I think you mentioned.
Yeah, shadows beyond the ice of snake-like creatures scurrying on multiple feet through narrow tunnels. They don't seem to have been paying you any notice yet.
Yeah, I think we need to go.
You have
Rinko would definitely come out saying, I think it's time for us to get out of here while we still can. I just saw something in the ice, and they already know about the egg, so this egg is probably being protected by them.
Fair
We
point.
don't need to get any closer.
I assume you're still a dragon in form.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk me through it.
Cristiano would make the no risk, no reward.
Argument and lose.
We've already,
We've already established that she loses that argument. But
Yeah. Maybe you take Christiana first.
Tasty.
take you down.
Ooh.
Take down the full young dragon by yourself. Good luck.
Now, children,
Try to take
Let
me
us
down.
know.
Good luck.
let us not squabble.
I would just,
We've achieved what we came for.
I would just tell Golgark, we should just go.
Yes.
She can stay and Guy.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, time out. Glenn?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, as a dragon, Gloin has very strong dragon pro-life views, and it's not worth arguing about.
Probably. Save the
Dragon
egg. Don't-
Hey, that's a living creature. I don't care what you say.
It is.
I wasn't going to kill the dragon. I was going to hatch it and raise it.
Oh yeah.
And call it
We're
George.
gonna sit on
Domesticated.
it, keep it warm.
And love him and hug him. And
Nice.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Squeeze him.
And call him George.
Awesome.
That's true. Gloin, maybe you want to adopt it.
There's something wrong in your head.
Inspiration.
Fine, you can have inspiration.
Right enough. I will take it.
That's what I encourage that stuff. All right, so are you gonna try to find the tunnels and walk back up?
No, I mean, we've established that she loses the argument.
You know, I do.
Okay.
I know, but
Now
you
he's
talk
saying-
me through.
Okay, now we need to get out of there. Is what you're saying,
Yeah.
right?
So Verika says you want to get out of there, and there's really from what you found no exit to this cavern
Except the way we came in.
except for the way you came in.
We can just drop down to the next level and walk out.
Either
What's
me or
the-
Christian, I think, can
Yeah, Featherfall.
Featherfall it.
Okay.
Well, let's see. I think that was
So
an
this is
Olak
walls?
thing.
Oh, is it all luck? Yeah.
And it's walls all the way around.
I
other
have
than the hole
Featherfall,
we
but I
came
only
up
have one spell
Oh,
slot
it was you.
left.
I can do it.
Olak has it as well.
Yeah.
How's that, Glenn? Can you
Whatever.
see?
One spell slot left.
Depending
I
if
haven't
it's-
used any spells
like,
yet.
I should
like
put
3
this
spell slots.
back
Because I'm like doing
This?
fast. And
back over here. I mean that was the other way in that you didn't use.
Fortunately, the short rest let me get.
Yeah, I'm sure it's full of traps too.
We've already sprung all the things. So let's just go back the way we came. That we
No,
can-
we sprung the first two that were right by the door.
the point is, we made it through that way. We can make it out.
All right. So Vrinka,
Why ask for trouble?
Yeah.
all right.
I'll tell everybody to gather up,
Look.
and we can jump off together, and I'll
Is that what you do?
free the fall, feather the fall.
You feather fall down there?
Yeah.
It's an important distinction.
Yeah. Not free fall, feather fall.
Yeah.
All right. So you feather fall down
Are we
to
cliff jumping?
yeah, I'm gonna base jump off of it.
Hey, Cristiano, you go first. No risk, no reward.
Oh Lord.
If we had parachutes, she probably would.
Now, you probably would have noticed this cavern, there's a big plateau off the darker room. It seems more inhabited than the rest of the cavern.
Been lived in.
And on this tablet, is a big bag, lumpy bag, just in the middle of this big tablet.
Lumpy bag in the middle of the
I have a
tablet.
Keeps tempting us with stuff.
It's like a big stone table.
Yeah. Yeah. Plateau table. Here it is.
Is it stationary or like?
No, it's like kind of like it's drawn, right? It's a big stone.
Well, the bag though.
Oh, the bag. No, the bag is big, lumpy, big as a pill sack.
Is it like wiggling? Or
No,
is it...
no.
There's a lot of blood there and some bones. This looks like a
Chains.
sacrificial
Yeah.
table.
Oh yeah, I just
Not my first
just noticed
choice.
the chains.
Go ahead,
The
Christiana.
chains, the
Oh,
interior
I didn't
part.
mention those, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I just told him.
Conveniently left out the details
The bones and the.
about the.
It's stained with blood.
Look at the bone.
Cristiano would definitely want to investigate that.
Okay.
Ruckus would very much go with her.
Hey, hold her hand across the slippery ice.
Get your
Yeah,
head out of
under
your
an arm.
pants, Ruckus.
Offer an arm.
She's gonna get you killed.
I didn't even open my
She's gonna
inventory.
kill me. Just makes it all the more enticing.
Wow.
Ruckus likes a dangerous one.
Evidently.
I didn't even.
Ruckus, don't touch anything.
Let me get the
Do I
official.
have to go and hold his collar again?
I enjoy touching.
The chains have a mind of their own. As soon as you step up there, they wrap themselves around your limbs.
This is the guy who says don't give the DM ideas.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, yeah.
What?
Is there an axe that automatically
Animate chains.
appears and then chops your head off?
Pendulum starts swinging. Chained up.
There you go.
Boom.
The pit and the
Pendulum. Nice.
All right. Let's get the
The
description.
DM has a very good imagination. You really don't. He doesn't really need any help.
Yeah, so stop!
So stop!
What are you doing?
An enormous rock slab dominates the center of this room. Blood smears its icy surface. A bag full of coins rests atop the center of the slab.
Oh god.
Well, now we know what's in
We don't know that yet, but we will know that.
It
soon.
looks as though it's holding coins.
A large sack.
It just perched there, very Indiana Jones-ish.
Put on your hat.
We didn't come here to get rich.
Wait, yes, I have the hat.
I mean, you didn't.
Yeah, so starting from this point, tell me what you do.
I would investigate, looking for traps.
I'm not getting anywhere near that.
No.
All right.
Keep me back beyond that ice level.
Give me an investigation. Tell me how you're investigating.
Well, first I'd pull out my magnifying glass, and then no.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, so there's a difference. Are you poking around or are you looking around? Looking is perception. Poking is investigation.
Whichever one is stronger.
Investigation is stronger.
So
Yeah.
tell me how you're investigating.
Okay, yeah, I would be, poking around then.
And so you go around the base of this thing,
Yeah.
poking around, and give me an investigation.
And a dexterity save.
16.
A 16. So you're pretty confident there's no trap around the base of this slab. You poke around. It's icy as described. You can tell the blood. And this is more perception, but there's blood underneath the ice. It's been there quite a while. There's nothing moving. There's no hidden compartments. There's no keys.
Anything special about the ceiling? What's above this?
That would be a perception check. Unless you want to fly up there and poke around up there.
I mean, I can't fly, so. I don't think.
I'm just looking. Are there huge icicles right now?
Oh yeah, this whole cavern's covered with those stalactites.
Nat
mites.
20 on the perception check,
A natural 20 on perception check.
which I think is like a 26.
Yeah. So less the ceiling, but you do see that faint. The ice underneath the bag is slightly uneven.
Like it's been melted and froze again? Or
It's slightly uneven.
slightly uneven? Okay.
So if I
I don't
go
know.
up,
That just seems too easy that someone left a bag of money
Right.
sitting here.
investigate the bag.
So you want to climb up there and investigate the bag?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this table is huge, right? This is like
Yeah, and that's when you
Easy
need to
crop.
make the dexterity saving throw.
Of course.
just to get up there, or
Aren't you dual class? Don't you have magic hand or unseen servant?
9.
9. Triggering creature must make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw. On a failed saving throw, they take 18 bludgeoning damage.
Good thing we took that short.
As you are pinned by an icy bar, a mousetrap. Whack.
Boink.
oh, jeez. Icy bar made of ice or made of metal?
It says an icy bar. So there's got to be some sort of metal in that bar. It's maybe encased in ice.
Ow.
Yeah. Ow.
So, Ruckus, are you going to run to her rescue?
And
Well,
it's not like it just stopped, but it's pressing on you. So you feel like every round that you're here, you could take more damage.
Oh, get it off.
Okay. So Ruckus will climb up there, and then
Whack! No, I'm just kidding.
By a subsequent bar.
yeah. Well, let's hope not.
Oh, and by the way, the bag disappeared.
Oh.
It was an illusion.
Well, so I will climb up there and touch her, and then do a thunder step, which means I can teleport myself 90 feet away to a space I can see, and bring her with me.
And a willing creature.
Yep.
And all the icicles on the ceiling.
Well, there is a big kaboom.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, as the kaboom goes off, you hear a dozen stalactites falling from the ceiling, ice.
But he's gone.
Yeah, but he's gone. Splattering behind you, and you regain with your companions. They're just kind of laughing underneath their breath.
Whoa.
With the,
Little, how much adventuring have you done?
Enough.
Okay, so other than the
That was a
trap,
cool-
did we see anything else
She would
in
tell.
that room?
yeah, well, apparently there's cages and there's bones and
What's on the far side there? What's going on there?
a pile of rubble. That was the quick way in and out that you chose not to pursue.
Can we get through there, or is it?
Oh, it would be quite an ordeal to try to go through there, to clear that rubble, to go through that passage.
Okay.
Cristiano would tell Ruckus, "That's a cool trick you got there." The thunder step.
Well, thank you. Try not to.
Frank will mumble it's not the only one he's got.
Let's try not to require its use.
Stroke that ego a little
Such
bit.
things anymore.
So you go out the way you came in.
Sure.
I mean, you get here and you see those pillars of honey.
Yeah, no.
Let's not touch those this time, honey.
Dearest.
She really wants to take some back. Like, really, really wants to, but she also, lost half her health last time she touched it, so.
And Ruckus is like grabbing her by the shoulders and steering her away. Like, no.
Frost
Wait.
Giant has reconstituted himself.
I thought we dealt with him.
Gloin, give me a perception check.
What did we say?
I took his eyes.
Well, either way, he could swing blindly.
Perception.
Take the disadvantage.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it goes. Wow. Are you serious? 11.
It's only
Only
he rolled a 2 and he gets an 11. Yeah, I mean the bones are there, and there's nothing much to report. Your roll
It was
was
a cool, great axe, but I don't think any of us can.
No. Yeah, it's a huge grate. It's the size of a tree. No one's wielding that thing. It's not like it shrunk down to a wielding size. All right, so
Roll on.
I was just gonna say, and it doesn't affect the game at all. The bones seem to be a little bit in different spots than they were just an hour ago, 2 hours ago.
Nice. And maybe it
And
will
so
be
now,
constant.
Varinka has this brooch, right?
Yeah.
So now that you have it, are you hearing different voices, or what? What is it?
No,
Helps at all?
and
Probably not attuned to it yet. Or do you have to tune to it?
I would say that.
I did add it to your character sheet.
Oh, okay, great. The other thing is, how long has it been since we got the brooch? 10 minutes?
30
Yeah,
minutes.
not long.
More than 10 minutes?
Sure.
Because one of the things I would want to do is I'd want to put that away, and I don't want to just put it away in my pocket. So I'm going to cast Wrist Pocket and flick it into an extra dimensional space for the next hour. Actually, I think it's longer. Oh no, it's 1 hour, and I'll just continue to do that.
So you start walking down the mountain, and I mean you're getting to familiar path, taking the same path, and you know this is where the Kobold's lair is.
I can't do that.
Would
We
walk
should go fast. Here.
would walk faster. Yeah.
Well, except for Ruckus. Ruckus kind of has an appetite for
Oh, I forgot about
kobolds.
Well, yeah. So maybe
Haven't you got enough
this
of
guy
them?
that's up near the front. He might sort of start lingering towards the back.
I don't know if Christiana's going to let you do that. As he starts to drop back in the pack, what does Christiana do?
that. I'm trying to think if she suspects anything.
Well, your ring's no help here because it's like every one of us is a bit of a monster.
Well, it depends on what her ring.
It depends.
You don't know what a ring does.
You don't. None of you
That
in
is-
game know what the ring does.
That is a fair point because her ring would be bright red.
Absolutely.
But there is a dragon.
But it's
next to
been
you.
bright red, pretty much bright red
Aware
the
dragon.
entire time. They don't know about the ring. It's not like you. And this is my magical ring, and
Right,
I.
and it's also being red the whole time. It's not like you would have noticed any difference.
And even if it
Again-
did, it's a mood ring.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good point. She'd probably want to keep an eye on everybody in the group.
So as Ruckus drops back in the back of the pack, which seems odd because he's been so on your hip. But as you approach going down the hill, he kind of drops back toward the back. You stay out where you're at with the, thank God he's leaving me alone for a while.
Depends. So is he dropping out of sight,
No.
or is he just moving to the back? He's just moving to the
Yeah,
back.
just sort of
Dragging his feet.
Finding excuse to drop back and talk to whoever's in the back of the line. If that's
It's probably glowing.
is it okay?
Well, it depends. Glowing, do you stay in dragon form or do you go back?
Until we're out of this cobalt area, yes, I'm going to stay as a dragon.
Yeah, so that's not going to be glowing because he'll be flying around watching.
Yeah, I will be flying around. I'm not on the ground.
Where's Olak?
Olak. Where is Olak? Where do you
Okay.
go?
It'd be
Like
near
in-
the.
He's there. It's just
He's there. I'm asking more in like towards the front,
Yeah.
towards the
I'd
back.
imagine near the front.
What?
Towards the front.
With,
Okay.
Who's the front?
Yeah, I was trying to
Olak's
put
front.
probably Strider then in back. It's not like there's a whole bunch of you. There's only 5 of you walking.
Right.
Yeah, but we're not on the map, so I don't know what way we're going here.
How are you? Well, I'm displaying the map.
So Varinka's in the front.
Yeah.
Okay. So
My
I'm
Echo will be
finding the
30
reason
feet in
to
front of her.
hang back and talk to Strider.
Okay.
Something.
But like I said, you can say hang back, but at best, right, you're
15, 20 feet.
15, 20 feet behind.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay? I mean, so you're approaching you're getting to the point where you can kind of see the ridge where you came down, all right?
So yeah, she would probably just keep walking, but she'd be keeping tabs.
At this point, it'd be kind of a conversation, right? As you peruse over the side of the mountain where the winding path goes down, I could have you roll, but you don't see any creatures, just out and visible. But you would also know kobolds are very, they don't like sunlight to begin with. So
Skittish.
I did say my Echo
Yeah,
would be out
sure.
30 feet in front. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want her to be the first thing that they attack.
So I guess, what is your attitude coming down I will set it with you. What pace do you take going down the hill?
A brisk, but not a run.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is to get down off the mountain as quickly as possible.
I'd say we're not looking for trouble. We just want to get through here and get out of here.
Right.
There's nothing to be gained by killing a bunch of kobold or having a battle with a bunch of kobold.
Right. Well, not for any of us except maybe one.
Or 2.
Very hungry.
He's killed enough.
Shark
I
fin.
think he's good for at least the next whatever.
I would think.
So you get to here, and I say, Ruckus, what do you do?
I'm gonna say I'm looking at something here. Yeah. So, no evidence of kobolds at the moment.
Well, you don't see any. It's only been 2 hours, best.
And the whole party just went past.
I might stick my nose in that tunnel to the next to me just to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son of a.
Is that the same one we...
I don't think we went in.
No, he has it's a separate map for all of the tunnels that he
they're all-
has.
Okay.
He just has a lot of black boxes he has to move around.
That's fine.
Yeah. I don't
I'm just
get-
saying we don't necessarily want to go in...
Right.
No, I'm not. I'm not going.
I'm pretty sure it's this one right
I
here.
just wanted a quick peek.
I mean, similar to the other tunnels, right? You poke in, it's got tunnels branching off and at dead ends and T's and
Yeah.
I'll even say, as you poke your head in, you hear yip yip, and they kind of dash off to the sides.
Okay. All right. I'm not going in there alone, so I will.
Well, you didn't ask anyone to go in with you.
Yes, but I was just stepping in to take a peek if there were any right there. If there were, they ran away. So
Easy
I will
opportunity. Yeah.
go back to my party and just keep an eye over my shoulder in case any of them decide to follow us.
All right. You can see the screen, right?
Yeah. I'm not chasing them into the depths. I was just looking if somebody was
Oh, come on.
right there. No, listen.
Think of the riches you might get though.
Especially going in there by myself. It'll take them a half hour to realize I'm missing.
Well, okay, you don't do it. That's fine. You don't have to. But there's plenty of opportunities for you to change your mind.
He just puts you right in front of the other cave. Just do it. You want to do it. Do it. Do it.
Come on, you want to. You know you want to. Yeah, so here, this is fun. You round this corner, and you see 5, 6 kobolds pushing, rolling the boulder back up the hill, and they see you, and they dash off into the cavern. So
Right. What happens to the boulder?
Yeah.
Back down the hill.
it rolls back down to its resting spot.
That awesome excavator resting spot.
Yeah.
You heard me, right? I'll take that as no response. And so as you see that,
Guys, someone's
Yes.
got a bag of chips or something really close to the
Yep,
microphone.
that was me. Sorry. He couldn't hear you.
so there was a group of kobolds trying to push the boulder back up to where its resting spot would be for a trap. And as soon as the group made themselves present, they dashed back into. They let the boulder roll back down to where it was, and they dashed back into their hidey hole.
Go get him, Ruckus.
Get him, Ray.
It's just one more person to know what you are.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the fact that she's
She's
a
probably going
monster,
to get herself killed anyways.
monster hunter.
She wants to run into everything.
Yeah. We press forward. Keep going.
It might even get her more interested.
Ruckus isn't gonna flex his muscles in front of Mowbray.
That is true.
All right.
You don't have
Not the not the blue fishy one.
Whatever you want to call it, buddy.
If you know what I mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is a fish.
Hey, everybody's got a name for it.
All right.
You just got that.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, that's what she said. My blue fishy one. Anyway. From there, the rest
A
of the
whitey sturgeon.
More like a minnow.
well,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Call him Shad.
okay. The rest of your hike is uneventful. It took you a half day to get there. It took you a half day back. You were 2 hours ish there, right, as you were going through and excavating, and so you would have a 4-hour walk ish. Probably by the time you get off the mountain, we'll call it 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. Any conversation through the walk? I would say during that walk, you can attune to the ring if you chose to.
I'm back
The
to
brooch?
playing, by the way.
Broach.
I do not.
Did not choose to. At some point during the walk after you got on the mountain, you turn back into dwarf glowing.
Have we? I don't remember. Have we had conversation with Mowbray about her background, her skills, what she's doing here in this land?
Why don't you ask her? Let's have that conversation.
Yeah, we had discussed that 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's what.
That she, I mean, she would have shared her background and what she does. She wouldn't have told you explicitly why she's in port.
I think. Okay, now I'm remembering. She gave some vague answers about she was on an assignment or a job, but couldn't share what specific.
Right.
Okay,
She had a contact.
but did we picked up that she's particularly a monster hunter, or no?
I think so.
I think so.
That's her profession.
That's her profession. Yeah.
Okay. Do your friends call you Buffy? What?
I'm not sure that reference would work in Faerun, but
Yeah, let's give a backpack full of those things.
Van Helsing?
Silver bullets.
Van Helsing, maybe?
it's a good point. She does have a hand crossbow.
Oh, that she
Just-
almost never puts
She
down.
never puts down. Are her arrows silver tipped?
Probably.
Her arrows are magical. they magically appear, kind of like the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, where, right?
Yeah. Now, does that come from the feet? I was trying to figure out. We can talk about that another
Yeah.
time, but because I couldn't find everything that you had described.
Most people use a crossbow with their hands.
Yeah, but this is a small. Like,
this is a
like
hand
pistol
crossbow.
level.
This is about the size of a gun, a big gun, but the size of a gun.
Yeah, like a large pistol.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
the delay ruined the joke. You asked about the feet, so anyway.
Oh.
all right. Yeah, you don't have because of one of your things. You ignore the load property,
Right.
which is the cool part.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the things is it's a magical bolt. So
Okay.
okay, so it's early evening when you finally make it back to, probably in your last hour or two of sunlight before you make it back to Gunberg. And what was my name of my inn? What was it called?
Would we have seen any game that we could hunt? Just to kind of like give ourselves a cover. We said we were up there hunting.
Nice.
First of all, yes. There's rabbits and squirrels aplenty, right? Bigger game,
Like a deer.
I would say that's most certainly. There'd be deer. There'd be some sort of game. Deer is pretty common. Now, would you see that? Would they dash off before? That might take a survival check. Or nature.
With advantage, maybe? Because somebody was going to help me?
They're all looking, so I'll give you advantage.
That's a 10. That's a 12. 12 plus.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know that you see the deer outright, but you can at least see evidence that they've been there.
13.
Tracks in the mud.
You said it was survival or what?
Or nature.
Or nature. Yeah, so that's 15.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and spend 10 minutes, processing it, pulling off some meat. And,
Oh, you know it's there. I didn't say you caught one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so.
So do you want to spend time hunting for game? Because that's going to eat up some time.
Well, no, it's just if it's on its way, if it's on our way, and we see something, we
So
take a shot at it.
I would say without concerted effort, the answer is going to be
Okay,
no.
all right.
If you want to make an effort to find something, then we can talk about it.
Okay.
But our typical
We paid him a lot.
Well, but our hunter
Fine.
plausible deniability is we didn't get anything.
So-
we didn't see anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like every hunter says it. Well, I didn't see anything today. So,
Yeah.
and it would be the truth because you looked and all you saw was tracks, but you didn't see critters.
It's true.
So,
I'm just thinking we get back into town, there's going to be questions, where were you? Where have you been?
right.
We're already
up the mountain.
suspects now
Yeah. It's all
because
good.
of my big mouth.
You went for a hike up to see the mountain.
Yeah.
To explore.
Yeah, so you're back in town, and it's killing me. It's like the Dragon Turtle Inn. That's what it was, the Dragon Turtle Inn. Back to the Dragon Turtle Inn, and it's probably, we'll call it 7 p.m., right? I said it was late.
Okay.
7 p.m., back to Dragon Turtle Inn. And where's my tavern? Activate. Unlike yesterday, there's no guards there. And as you come in, I guess one thing you would notice right away is, although there's no guards, that constable is still in his spot.
Cushy job. It's 7 p.m. And what did we say? Where is our submarine? It's
Off the coast,
off the coast.
a rowboat distance away, maybe around a bend a little bit.
You know.
So We knew that the Dilirar was 3 nights behind you. You've spent 1 night, so there's 2 nights, and you're about to take your second night.
As long as Hungary sits down, he orders food.
All right, you wander in again. This is the best place going in town. You have your friend Alice there. Happens to be sitting alone again. Do you go saddle up with her again?
Me? Yeah.
The rest of you join her, and she looks at you and says, "Some nerve you got."
What I do now?
Well, you said you were going to come check out your figurehead this morning, and you never showed up.
You said we're gonna. I don't remember saying that.
I think we said we would come by.
Don't know that we said when.
Yeah, I don't know if we said when.
Well, you said you'd come the next morning to check it out, and then you never did. You decided it was just funny.
We got distracted with an errand.
And Mowbray, as you walk in, Constable stands up. And says, Mowbray, could we have a word, please?
Oh, of course.
So, how's your investigation? Have you learned anything?
Not yet. Still in the early stages.
And should we be concerned about our friend Miros?
Oh, have you talked to him yet?
So as you walk in, this guy comes. Miros was behind the counter again, and he sees you walk in. He immediately goes and talks to the other barkeep, and he's nervous and he's looking over his shoulder, and he's like, and he points over there, and you look over there, and just then you guys lock eyes, and he puts his stuff down and he heads out.
Starsky Hutch move scene.
She would say to the constable, does that seem to you like an innocent person? He's hiding something.
Miros has been here forever. I can't believe
He's hiding something.
He is obviously scared of you.
Why would he be scared of me?
That is what I am wondering as well. Tell me, should he fear you? Should we fear him?
It depends what he's hiding.
This is your job.
I told you, I've only been here
A week? You haven't been here just a day.
I thought it was less than that.
Yeah,
But
well, it's a few days.
A few days, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not a miracle worker here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, should I call in the guards to post at the doors again? Are you continuing your interrogations, your questioning?
I will continue following leads, but
Should I call the guards back like you had me do yesterday?
no cause for too much concern.
Very well. I would let them spend their evening with their families. Just let me know if you need a backup.
Will do.
Very well. Have a good evening. You go join the rest of them.
We would have
Yeah.
noticed she wasn't right behind us.
Oh, yeah. It's obvious she was talking to the constable. You guys had a pleasant encounter with the constable. There was nothing...
Semi-pleasant.
So we apologize to Alice and tell her we'll be there in the morning this time for sure.
Very well. When would we expect your ship?
Another day.
2 days.
2 days.
Very good. We're excited to complete the job.
No one asked us how we're there, but not the ship.
Oh, they
Yeah,
asked.
they asked.
I think
We
that
said we
was
came by
discussed
other
last
means.
time. Yeah.
We left it
Very
at that.
vague, very mysterious how you got here.
Striders would ask Alice if she's aware of any, like an apothecary or somebody who handles roots and herbs and things used to make potions.
I think that's like... Sure, we have an herbalist.
Where are they located in the city?
Over there.
Yonder.
Over yonder.
Let's see. Occupation, profession. What do you suppose? Working class? Not in that. Professional? Oh, come on. That seems like where it should have been.
Merchant, maybe?
Sure, let's go with merchant. Yes, Henry Cloudfang. Our human merchant. Short, wavy, golden brown hair, brown eyes, soft white skin. Don't ask me how I know. Media kind of short, regular build. Has a stunning face.
I was allergic to gnomes.
There are no gnomes about you, are there? You should be fine. He's not very talkative, though.
Too bad Zerwak's not with us.
Ah, but you'll see that he wears a fancy hat.
All right, thank you for that. I may seek him out tomorrow.
Any business for tonight? You have your meal.
Rinka will probably call it an early night.
You've had a long hike. 8 hours of walking is a long day.
Especially up and down a mountain.
Ken, what are you thinking?
It's good for me.
Bullock is beat to
Live on a
crap.
mountain.
He would really
Live on a
like to go to
mountain.
sleep.
Yeah. So yeah, you all have your meal. If your belly is full, you retire for the evening. Probably a little early, 8, 9. Probably 8, 9 p.m.
Claim a long rest.
If there's nothing else, you can have your long rest.
Excellent.
Get a pen over there.
Yeah.
What's the goal for the evening? In to sleep to.
Yeah, I think it was 10 gold. Gives you food, reasonable drink, and a room.
I mean, Christiane has her own room.
Yeah,
Right.
and Christiana's probably been comped.
Probably, yes.
I'm just gonna say 30 for the next 3 nights.
Okay.
Keep the math simple.
Per person? Or how many rooms? 3 rooms? 2 rooms?
You tell me. I just.
Well,
asked-
how much do you want to bunk up? Do you want your own rooms or do you want separate rooms?
I don't care. I'm not that. I know all these guys. They won't try anything.
They know better than.
Yeah, no better. Ruckus maybe never learned, but you know.
I would say 2 to room is easy unless you sleep on the floor and then you can fit more.
2 to room's good.
So that's 3 rooms.
60 then?
Yeah. Second day, you've all had your long rest. Hit your long rest buttons if you want the long rest. The next day, you have a free day. Free day, free night. In the morning, you go see Alice and I pulled it up. Find her. Yeah, you go check it out, and you had your initial designs that you were using, and through the power of Photoshop, I added the features. I tried to add the features to the one. The busty girl, I added the hat to her, and
Nice.
that is what we came up with.
It's not busty enough.
Not busty enough? Okay, Ruckus.
Junior.
There, how about that view?
Oh yeah.
And Alice is like, oh, well, I'm glad you approve. We put some highlighting, shading to make it accentuate. Veronica's just shaking her head.
As I'm sure Christiana is as well.
I don't know if Christiana's even there.
Oh, all right.
Why would she be there?
Fair point. She's off interrogating whoever.
Yeah?
So we did this in the morning, is that what you said?
Well,
Yeah, we said we were gonna go in
you
the
could
morning.
tell me when you do it, but this is a thing you would do
Yes.
that day.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
breakfast, let's just knock it out.
Yeah, and I would also want to go back to the ship and stow our stuff. Stow the brooch
Okay.
in the very well protected chest.
Okay. So you don't mess with the ring. You don't try to use it.
Well, the ring, yeah. And ring's
The
on-
brooch, I mean.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. First of all, it's very tempting, but
So
it's a lot more dangerous doing anything with it near the lair where she's already familiar with it.
yeah, and that you have a. What do you mean you're not going to use this? We just did this 8-hour hike, and we have this.
It wasn't anything for you.
We have the chance to speak to my old friend Arveiatuace, and you're not going to take the opportunity. I am eager to talk to her.
And you shall. It when in due time.
He's not happy about that. He's like, where's the right here? We could be talking to her. I want to know what is up with her. Why is she pursuing this Darkwing? All right, you calm him down.
You might see me arguing with him, and
Yeah. It's like every few minutes. Contact her. Come on.
don't make me take you off.
Strider wants to seek out the herbalist.
Oh yeah, our old friend
I wouldn't mind finding some healing potions too, so I would travel with him.
Henry Cloudfang at the herbalist shop. As we go in, let's see here. Let's go back to the Gunberg map. Activate.
Does anybody else need anything? Veronica would have asked, since we're going to a healing place, or a place to get materials for healing. Does anybody need anything to replenish supply?
I think so.
Where are we?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, pick a spot. I mean, this is. You are right here. In that small building right there.
Okay.
I picked one.
Okay.
Don't ask me next week because I won't remember.
Okay.
You walk in, and as you open the door, it's ding, ding, and he says, "Oh, he looks up. Who there?"
Good day. I understand you're the man to see for ingredients for potions.
Uh huh. He rarely speaks.
I got it. And I'm actually interested in ingredients for more than just basic healing. I'd like to see if there's other potions that are makeable. Do you have any scrolls or literature on how to do that?
Because even though he doesn't talk a lot, he comes right up to you and he intensely looks at you. It's like,
Okay.
and he looks and he goes, and he goes behind his counter, and he starts writing. He pulls out and he just starts writing.
Okay. Strider would approach the counter, but not get in his grill. I'd like maybe stand to left or right of him, wherever there's room, and wait patiently to see what he comes up with.
Yeah, and minute passes. He's writing,
Okay.
just writing,
Okay.
and he picks up and hands you this piece of scroll,
Okay.
It has a list of ingredients, and it's eau de parfum.
And you have these ingredients here?
Did you say eau de parfum?
He didn't ask what, you didn't tell him what kind to give him. You said anything, and so he wrote up something, and he goes, and he thinks about it. He gets a little container of vial, and he puts it on the counter, and he goes over here, and he gets some dried leaves, and he gets a clay pot with a stone pestle, right? And he looks to himself, and he finds a spot that's empty, and his shoulders. And he takes off his fancy hat that is all full of flowers, dried flowers, and he kind of sighs, and he pulls out one of the flowers and throws it in the pestle and starts grinding it in, because he always prioritizes the needs of other people, even to his own detriment. and he gives it to you.
Excellent.
So these are the components, and he's giving you the recipe.
Yep. Okay. And how much do I owe you for this?
It's 20.
20 gold?
Yeah.
Indeed. Strider will take it out of his own pocket, not the company treasury, and we'll pay him the 20 gold.
Yeah, so you have the components to make, let's see, 3 potions of perfume.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Good morning.
And he nods and he goes back to behind his counter.
And I say thank you and good day, and I gather my stuff and I leave the shop.
He gives you a nod, and because he doesn't talk much.
Right.
He's not that he unhappy or sad or
Right.
anything. He just
Right. Understood.
I mean, you said you went in there.
Yeah, so I want to make sure he had opportunity to finish what he wanted to do first. So any healing potions? Do you make them? Do you keep them in stock?
And he misses. And he goes back and he brings out a small chest. No, he goes to the cabinet. He opens it up, right, and you have rows of vials, and in the doors there's rows of vials and various colors. And he just kind of goes,
Okay, well, what does what? Are they just normal healing potions?
yeah, and so
Standard.
there's probably 20 healing potions in this one side, right? And it's just standard healing potion. And then here we have
How many standards does he have?
like 20.
Okay.
And here 3 greater healing potions.
I think. And how much of the standard?
It's what 50 for it's 50 for a normal.
50. And what was greater?
I'd have to look it up. Whatever the going price is.
Hold on, I think I might be able to. Nope, it doesn't have cost tag.
Let's see here. Potions. Yeah, so greater healing potion is 100. Standard, that's brewing cost.
Standard is 50. Right? I think that was.
Yeah.
50 sounds right for base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's 200 for a greater, because I think all these. And then he has one off to the side, superior. But that's 2,000 gold pieces.
I will take 4 of the standard and 2 of the greater.
I'll let you do the math.
So that's 200, 400, right? You said 100 for the greater, right?
200 for the greater.
So then it's 600. 600.
50 for the standard. Yeah.
You like, you're into herbs, right? So maybe you'd be interested in some of the more.
We don't sell that kind.
Nothing like that, huh? You wouldn't want anything like that?
Well, that is medicinal.
Exactly. It's medicinal.
What are we talking about?
I think you know what I'm talking about.
He doesn't.
What are you talking about, Noel?
The dream line.
You're wanting to offload that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's going to be able to do
You've been,
something
you've
with
been
it.
carrying that this whole time.
Wasn't it?
Dream Lord.
Yeah,
Illegal
it's-
drugs. Drug
He-
smuggler.
He walks past you. He closes
There's
the
a
door.
cop at the party now.
He closes
Get rid
the
of it.
door and he closes the blind. Yes. Show me what you got.
And I show him. I'm just looking to get rid of it.
Do you remember what you paid for it?
It says cost here is 4 gold.
Oh, well. Yeah. And he'll give you half the price. So, I mean, you don't sell retail to a merchant. He'll give you 2 gold for
Where
it.
do you sell them to him?
Illicit drugs.
I've got 4 of them, so that would be
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it was the
Yeah.
sacks from the. We still have those things too. We sold
What's
them
that?
to that guy.
You haven't had that encounter yet.
Bags.
so that's
Would be-
600 gold.
You bought those at a much different level, at a different economic point in our adventuring.
Okay. So what did you pay again?
He out of his own pocket.
Well, at all we have.
Well, he has his own stash.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you done?
I think so.
All right.
Well, I guess, do you have anything really special? Like
Exotic potions.
something that a hardy adventurer could use in a moment of need?
So well, that sounds like a roll to me. Let's go to magic items
Do those.
and potion and let's say rarity. Legendary? Oh no, I thought you were talking to me.
No,
I
sorry.
was gonna go very rare. So you have anything that's very rare. Alright, that seems like a good list. I'm calling that 10. Well, first of all, let's see if he has something rare. Very rare. As we go back to here. And fate check. And we're gonna say I think it's very likely that he has something very rare. I'm just going to put VR. Chaos factor's down. Answer is favorable. Let's see what he says. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So show me that list.
So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make it quick.
Ooh. Could be handy.
Haste. Not only quick, you gain the effect of haste for 1 minute. No concentration required. Yellow fluid in the bottle.
What's the potion of possibility? Yeah, or mind control. Well, those are kinds of the things that Varenka would be particularly
Haste
interested
is pretty powerful.
in. It is, and it's very tempting. Because I don't have that among my...
But expensive. A very rare thing. Dang. Magic item base price for something very rare is 40.
With the list
40.
of items.
1,000 gold pieces.
You said you were gonna look.
Oh yeah.
Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Here we go. Magic item price, very rare, 1d4 times 10,000. Perhaps you want something cheaper.
Yeah.
Varinka blows all of her gold on one potion.
What?
Okay, that looks more like a d20 to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One of these two. Mind control and mind reading.
I like mind control.
So this is still,
Rare.
it says 2d10 times 1,000
2d10 is 1,000.
is the price.
Times 1,000.
Times 1,000. Well, you guys are swimming in it.
We are.
Oh, that was a 10.
We're very frugal
19.
adventurers.
Indeed.
19,000 for a potion of mind control
All right.
or mind reading.
Well, I I'll think about it. We'll come back.
Yeah. Expensive.
It's nice to know that you're capable herbalist.
And just because you're not.
Minus 600 plus 500 minus 500.
Okay. So you did mention your Remoraz. Do you pursue that?
I think we do need to settle that. Find that guy. Set that deal up.
That would be a nice addition to the war chest.
Our war chest is somewhere around 27,500. Just FYI.
You ask around and you arrange a meeting with Jeffrey Farlight. And at the end, you ask about him, and it says, over here, and we could probably go fetch him. And he kicks one of the boys that help. Go find Jeffrey Farlight, Mr. Farlight. He gives him a nod, toss him a copper, and he runs off. And he comes sometime later. This guy comes in. She's not there, right? And most of this crowd. By this time, we'll call it mid-afternoon, and he comes into the inn, and there's probably almost nobody else there other than maybe a single waitress, and I mean the bards aren't there, and the constable probably not there. He's probably in his office, right? And he walks in, he looks at you, and he kind of says, "Come back here." And he comes to the booth, and then maybe there's two people, and he says, I need this table for a while. "Hey, what are you talking about? This is what we were sitting." And he tosses them a coin. "Yeah, fine, Mr. Hotshot." And then they get up and they move to a different table. Like I said, most of these people aren't there, right? And he goes, he sits back in the corner and he looks at you. And who's going to sit down with him?
Ruckus, you're the talker.
You with us?
Glenn?
Are you on mute?
Yeah, I'm here.
You want to do the speaking?
Sorry, it's been a long week. I've been.
If you don't want to,
Tuning.
I'm sure.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention, is what you're saying. So we're in the inn, and we fetched the guy that asked you or offered you the chance to find the Remoraz.
And we have one or pieces of a couple coming in on the dilly rod, right?
No, I don't think so. Oh, actually, you're right.
That's a very good point.
They're not here.
Arrange for the drop.
He's
So So the dilly roar is going to be here in another day or two.
another day if it's on time.
Okay. And we kept the parts of one, right? Or two.
What'd you write down?
Oh, hell.
It's a ways back.
And I don't know, do you guys remember who specifically had that conversation with him, or was it all of us?
I think it was all of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 100 gold piece for each Remoraz chitin, the exoskeleton. 100 gold pieces for each Remoraz secretion sac. 100 gold pieces for each egg. 500 for the delivery of a live captured male and female Remoraz. But it has to be completely secret. And he looks at you and says, You summoned me. You brought me to this bar. I just gave a coin for this table.
Yeah, I just trying to remember what we have coming back on the boat.
I do have a French onion dip that go with that.
I was thinking it was pieces of one or two.
I think you have one full one.
Because there was the one in the ice that we chipped out.
Yeah.
We had something
Okay.
else too, didn't we?
I might say there was also a secretion sac in that. So
So we're
What?
okay with operating on that. That's what we believe it is.
what is your plan? Do you have one? Where is it?
We have the pieces of one, the sack and the
Pieces.
chitons.
Pieces. I need the whole chitin. No pieces.
The whole. Okay, yeah, that's. Yes, we have
I'm playing with you.
one chitin. Is that what it?
Yeah.
The skeleton, the exoskeleton of it. We have one of those, and this one secretion sac is what we were able to obtain.
I think
It is coming in on our ship in the next. Should be in the next day, if assuming the ship is on time.
And he
We
goes,
expect her.
well, how did you get here?
We got separated and we came on another ship.
I see.
It's on its way.
So you brought me here to tell me that you'll sell me something tomorrow.
2 days.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 days, right? Not today, but tomorrow.
No,
Today's day
it's-
2, so it should show up tomorrow.
Should show. Fine. I will make a point to have my evening meal here tomorrow. And
And well, then I guess we can have you come on board our ship and to see the goods and
Make sure you're
then collect
satisfied.
payment and
So-
arrange the exchange.
I see.
Where
I assume you have it crated and inconspicuous.
We will have.
Your travel
Right.
arrangements are your own business.
No. No, you will deliver per our agreement.
okay, well then it might take us another. We don't know if it's in that condition right now. It might take us another day to crate it up. And
Oh, there's going to be crates on the boat. You'll be able to do it.
okay.
All right. So we got this smoothed out. Is there any other business for the next 24 hours, or shall we fast forward?
What was your thought of my suggestion last week?
Play it out.
All right.
So it's midday, and
Christiana would go to Ruckus and say, "Hey, I was thinking of going fishing, and rowboat's a little too big for me to handle on my own. What do you say we go fishing?"
I would love to.
So she would make arrangements.
or
would-
she would Ruckus offer up their rowboat?
That's a good point.
Yeah, unless she has.
She would say, "Well, I think I can borrow one from the what is he, like the
Constable.
Constable."
Well, constable wouldn't have one per se, but he'd be able to arrange for it. But
Access. He would have access.
he'd have access. Yeah. But there's the bother of that, and
right. Talk to people. Grease some palms.
Whereas ours is just tied up on a dock somewhere.
It's tied up right, probably on the post down from that old poor fisherman.
Memorial.
Maybe on a different dock. I'm not.
No, I'm pretty sure that's above the table where you left it.
Well, whether you did or not, the rest of your companions always seem to put it right next to that.
So yeah, above the table, Ruckus is still kind of smitten with her and has no reason to think that otherwise.
Also,
so yeah,
that
sounds like a great idea.
I guess above the table, the premise of this is she's going out to look for evidence, and the fishing trip is cover. She doesn't suspect you per se. It's just going to, we'll play it out and see where it goes.
Okay.
And
so
see
Ruckus thinks this is a date. This is like, yes, I am gonna get her alone and charm.
That, how to put this?
What'd you say?
Pretty good.
It isn't not her intention for it to be a date, if that makes any sense. Like there's a reason she invited you, and it's not because she suspects you of being a wereshark yet.
Yeah, but she's playing into it. She's
oh yeah.
Okay.
There you go. There's a boat.
A boat.
So we did to the up to the ice cavern and back. That was one day, and this is the next day.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. And tomorrow we expect the Dillior to be there.
Okay.
We've taken care of other business. I asked, what else would anyone like to do? And that's when Christiane says, well, I'd like to go out for a little fishing trip with her.
A little fishing trip around the bay.
Around the bay, yeah. So they find a boat.
Have a long rest in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you had your long rest.
We would have picked up fishing poles, from the dock.
Hey, you rented them. You tossed someone a coin and got you some fishing poles, some bait. And they lay there on the side of the rowboat.
Late afternoon picnic lunch.
And maybe talk to some of the locals about where's a good place to go.
Yeah, maybe a little bit from the guy that rented you the fishing poles. But as you get in the boat, what does Christiana do?
Oh, and I guess before that, even when we're talking to locals, any place that large fish tend to hang out. So she would be asking kind of questions in the large fish direction.
Right. Yeah. So
Would you know where there's some shark?
And meanwhile, Ruckus would be running around getting a bottle of wine and maybe some.
The response would be for the large fish. It's you don't have to go much further out than the bay to get a large fish.
Okay.
Just you get into the deep water. Unless you get unlucky, like our friend the fisherman.
Sad story.
Mr. Montague used to fish right there. Oh, friend Montague.
That's indeed a very sad story.
So, tell me what happens. Tell me a story.
So it's so they show up and Ruckus has got the picnic basket and the wine, and she's got the fishing poles and all this stuff, and she's like, oh yeah, right, we're going fishing.
Pardon me.
How's it go? Tell me a story.
I figured we'd play this out. So
Yeah,
I don't know particularly where it's
Yeah,
going.
you get in the boat. You have the fishing poles. He comes with a basket with a white cloth, a couple flutes, and a bottle of some drink. and maybe a piece
Flour.
of a piece of meat, a sharp knife, a piece of cheese, maybe some biscuits, or crackers.
Do you always bring such a fancy lunch to go fishing?
Well, when it's with a charming companion, yes, I do. That's just how I roll.
As I imagine, Christiana is on at the kind of like on the picture, sitting kind of toward the front of the boat, and you've taken up the oars, and you're just gently rowing around the bay.
Is Christiana rowing or is
Ruckus.
Yeah,
Ruckus
that's what I figured.
He's the man, of course.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
Even though you're
just-
probably more capable, nah, I don't know if that's true. You're a dexterous person. You're
I
not
think he's a
muscle person.
sailor.
Yeah, as he starts.
And she'd be pointing out like coves, like, oh, let's go in there. Just
Go to
like
the park.
No, not park, but like exploring. Well, Ruckus may.
So
take it that
I
way,
mean,
but
you get
she's-
outside the bay and you kind of go around a bend, and the main dock kind of loses portion. You can see it kind of ducks back in to just a small cove. And if we look at, let's see in the picture of Gundenberg. Yeah, so you were here, and you kind of come around, and you're in this spot right here. Right, you just get outside of the docks.
And I imagine like every time we get to a cove, Ruckus thinks like, okay, here's where we're set up, and then and she's like, well, what about that one down there?
And then you go around, and there's this little stream that cuts through, and as you start to slow down, Christiana says, no, we can see you. No, let's go a little bit further. And then you come out here, and I mean, you have the it's 40, 50 feet up on the side of the cliff, but there's that building. I don't know.
Well, it's not so much that as she's looking for evidence, right?
Oh.
Because she has her job,
Okay.
and that was part of the reason for coming out.
So tell me what you're looking for.
Well, sharks to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, we can fate chart that if you want.
Yeah,
Well, and I guess I'm trying to figure out what Ruckus picked up as like, okay, she's not. These are fine fishing spots, but what are you really looking for?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So eventually, like, it would become apparent to Ruckus that some things maybe she didn't tell you the whole
is a great fishing
story.
spot and a makeup spot, and you don't like it. What the hell?
Right. Like you keep getting to a cove, and you're like, oh, this is a perfect spot, and she's like, but what about that one down there? Like, well, what's around the curve? Like, she's always like, doing that, not settling down. So.
So maybe he'd find a smooth way to say, so, hey, my dear, these coves seem similar to me. I'm not quite sure what it is you're looking for.
Well, there's so much to see here.
Yes, but if we stayed at one spot for a while, you could really, really see it. Really enjoy this
Secluded.
lovely atmosphere.
Okay, so let's do the fate check since you have it.
Well, I already did one.
Okay.
What did you check? What did you ask?
Well, I just said, in my mind, I was saying, could there possibly be a shark? And I said, no way. Right?
A shark or evident, and that's why I kind of pitched it to you last week, was if you had come up with any ideas of like any evidence she might come across.
Evidence of what? Evidence of a shark or evidence of
Anything tied to the
from within a boat? There's no evidence. I mean, could there be a shark? Yes, there could be a shark. By now you've asked around the docks about sharks, and they would say, very rare.
Yeah.
Very, very rare.
Sharks. What else might she find that would tie to? Like other bodies, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, no other bodies.
Mangled small boats laying on the bottom.
Yeah, there's nothing like this. Such a extraordinary event, and this is why the constable thinks it's fishy.
But
Pun maybe
I'd like to say
intended?
that was intentional, but
It was.
so as you look down, there are other big fish, but they're not predators. Like
Okay. Eventually, she would come to that conclusion, let's say, and then I guess how far down the coast have we gotten? Maybe that's a question for the fate chart or a random.
Well, and how long does Ruckus put up with this? Like, okay, where are we going?
Right. That's what I want to know. Like,
I mean, it takes you just a few minutes to arrive here. So, I mean, an hour puts you pretty far along the coast. So, let's say 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30
You
minutes.
ever rowed a boat for an hour?
in an ocean?
Yeah, but I'm saying you row to a spot, you pause for 5-10 minutes.
no, it depends. Are we on the windward side or the leeward side?
This looks like leeward.
Because, well, I know. To be fair, though,
I
one
get
side
it.
of the island is a lot rougher than.
This is
Yeah.
the nice side.
Okay, that's
Which
yeah.
is why it's
So-
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're looking for nice fishing spots, it would not be out in the open.
But you're still in even the nice side still has waves.
Oh,
Sure.
So you spend you're 30 minutes in. You're on your third or fourth cove.
Well, and I think it's fair to put it to Ruckus as well. You know, Ruckus, you're the one who's rowing. How long would you put up with this?
I would think, yeah, by about 30 minutes, it's like, okay, let's settle here and let's
Pick a spot.
I'm
either-
tired.
either-
I'm tired. I need a rest.
And a
Perhaps-
snack.
And a snack.
yes.
Some wine.
Let's,
Of course. We are supposed to be fishing, aren't we?
yes, but that's really inconsequential. It's more about the company to me.
Well, let's set some lines, and then we can have a snack.
Some boundaries, maybe too.
A line. Okay, if I said you had a nice body, would you hold it against me? There's a line.
Well, as a sailor, you probably have experience fishing, Ruckus.
Sure.
And so you pull the oars into the boat and you move over and sit next to her and you pull up the rod and the hook and you kind of have your arms around it and you see this is how you put it on.
Mansplaining.
Mansplaining the fishing. Yeah.
Well, she's sitting there rolling her eyes. And
Well, okay, he might at least be, a little courteous. How much experience do you have with fishing? And do you want me to set your hook, or do you want to do it yourself?
no, I like Dave's explanation of it. No, rolling her eyes, not like as a who's this jerk, but more of a
Yeah. You obviously could have figured this out.
right.
Yeah. But having said that, he is Mr. Charm. He is suave and
yeah.
so this isn't a clumsy charming attempt.
No,
we
no,
could
like-
have you
yeah.
roll, but like his perception check, it's going to be a 20. It's something plus 10.
Right.
And so
Oh yeah, I mean she's charmed. I'm not. Yeah.
All right. The only other thing that's going in the back of your head is your ring.
So my thought was probably about halfway through the trip, she'll notice, and the fact that they're in the middle of nowhere and it's still glowing will be kind of suspicious.
Oh, really?
Maybe
Just kind of?
just a little bit, yeah, like a lot of it,
Like you've got an isolated
so-
source.
right? Exactly.
So the hooks are set, right? And then
Yeah, you get your two poles and you get them out there. They're kind of
Yeah.
just floating in the water. You're waiting.
Watching the
then
bobbles.
Ruckus might be.
So
It's
probably
good
pop the
chance
cork.
to. What's that?
Pop the cork on the bottle.
Yes.
And you go to pour it, and Christiana just grabs it from you and takes a swig.
Oh. Alrighty.
That's all right.
It wasn't like she's trying to get drunk. It's just she has no patience for the formalities of a fine glass.
Yeah. Okay, well, and given that we're on a rocky boat, that's fine. You know, would you care for some of this cheese I procured?
For squab.
Sure, yes. I would love to have some.
Okay. What is this question?
A question that I'm asking.
What are you asking?
I will tell you when it
goes to yes.
Okay.
When you need to know. You could ask me a question and maybe I'll put it to fate.
We're just wondering what you're rolling, that's all.
Oh. So Ruckus would continue to pour on the char, maybe, hand her a piece of cheese and say, the sea is lovely, and it's especially lovely reflected in your eyes.
Nice.
He's laying it on thick now.
No,
Thick but effective.
this is well done. Let's give his character credit for this.
Absolutely.
For
No, that was clever.
That would be Vrenka's reaction.
That's why she's not here.
I feel like Ruckus would have tried some of his lines on Vrenka and not gotten very far. Yeah.
Oh, ages ago when they first met.
Right.
And probably couldn't even get her attention. She'd just look over his head.
Tell me more about my eyes.
So no, it's you two right now until you bring us to completion. It's you two.
So we're just enjoying the show.
Yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Oh gosh.
But your bat signal's going off, so I don't know what to do.
I mean, I don't think necessarily she's noticed yet, and she will notice. She's enjoying the meal and the flattery.
So how does she respond to the flattery? Because up until now, she's been oblivious to it.
No, I think maybe I didn't give a good job or do a good job explaining. I mean, do you ever play Tomb Raider?
No.
Or you know who Lara Croft is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like, Lara Croft doesn't need somebody to hold her hand, crossing a little bit of ice, right? Like that's the kind of persona She is
a mercenary, a monster hunter,
right?
A bounty hunter type of person. So
it's like all the times you're like, "Oh, let me help you out." Like whatever. She didn't need it. Like she was like,
she's not a princess,
right?
She's not a girly girl necessarily.
Sure,
but she's not above being receptive to flattery.
Right. She's not above a little bit of flattery
and Ruckus knows this.
Yeah,
and would adjust his charm accordingly.
Right. So it's not it's not that she was oblivious. It's not that she was turning down attention. It was that she didn't need it.
Yeah. Well, okay, and so then he would probably play to the fact that it is clear you're a strong, independent woman who's used to handling herself, and that's admirable. And
have some more cheese.
Maybe you've been on your own a lot in your chosen line of work, but finding companionship is also a positive thing.
It is a lonely profession at times, hunting monsters, moving town to town.
As you look over the side of the boat, you can see there's fish down there. They're just ignoring your hooks. Maybe every once in a while you pull them up and rebait, but they just don't seem to be biting today.
I pay no attention to the hooks.
Nice.
Locked in.
It's your show, man. How long do you want to go? What do you want out of this?
Cristiano would probably notice that they're getting no bites, and would say, "You said this was a good place to stop for fish."
No, he wouldn't have. The guy on the dock said, "Check out the coves."
Well, I was putting words in his mouth.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah, okay.
No, he's not going to say anything that sounds like he's annoyed with her.
Oh, right.
But he's not paying any attention to the fish.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying that Cristiano would, as I guess to move things along and say, like, we're not getting any fish here. Maybe we should try a different cove.
You've done that a couple of times. Well
no, we haven't.
To break the wine, he's sitting next to you. You kind of say this so he'll get back to oaring and yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, yeah. So, how do you respond, Ruckus?
Maybe we should find another place that has the fish here don't seem to be biting. Maybe we should find a different cove where the fish.
So maybe Ruckus would just go all in at this point and be like, "We're not really here to fish, are we?" I thought maybe you just were looking for a reason for the two of us to spend some time together, alone.
Well, certainly part of it.
About that, he probably puts his arm around you.
I think he's making the move at this point.
Making the move.
So yes, starting with the arm. So yes, he goes to put his arm around her shoulders. Does she react to that?
Don Juan mode activated.
I mean, yes. The question is, what does she do, right?
Yeah. That's the question.
I mean, she hasn't stabbed you yet.
That will determine the next move.
What is her attitude? Describe what she does.
Is she receptive?
She notices her ring goes.
Well, no, I mean, it's like she hasn't been unreceptive. She's been receptive the whole time.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So she's not didn't change.
So you snuggle into it.
He's got the go ahead.
Sure. I
He
guess. Yeah. I mean,
gets the snuggle.
All right. So she's receptive to it. All right. You have a nice romantic boat outing. That's what we're calling it. All right.
yeah, I don't think we need to play by play.
We don't need to go any further than this. The point is, there's a little chemistry there. She's not pushed you away. So, is there anything else you want out of this trip?
Yes, that's what I was trying to get.
So we've talked about that. All right, we've already settled that.
Right, the finding the other cove was going to be the impetus for breaking things up a little bit, and then.
Okay, so you're into the next cove. So you've had your little cuddle, right? And you say, I think we should move on to the next cove. I want to check the next cove, right?
We haven't gotten any fish. We can't return to dock without.
Okay.
Have gone out on a fishing trip and returned without any fish, right?
Well, you could.
Well, it would be suspicious.
They weren't biting.
No, that's fishing.
That is fishing.
All right. So you go to the next cove, and I mean, do you get are they biting? Well, I would say no way for the shark. I'm going to tone that down a little for just any fish. Yeah. So, I mean, still, they're not biting.
Still not caring.
Do either of you have nature or animal handling as proficiency? And if you had fishing, then I doubt it.
No,
right?
I do not.
Nope.
Oh, nature or
Hang on, pages are loading for some reason.
Nature or animal handling?
that might be.
All right. Yeah, so, I mean, you're out here tossing line in and out. It just, maybe it's the wrong time of day. Neither of you are really fishermen to begin with. It just doesn't seem to be happening.
So somewhere along the way there, that's when she would notice her ring.
Okay.
And they're in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, they're probably, let's put it up in this cove up here.
Let's see, what did we write? And yeah, I mean, because we're at least 200 feet from anything.
Anything. I mean, there's a cliff that goes up 50 feet.
Yeah.
And it's bright red.
Well,
The red
it's yeah. The reddest you've ever seen it, but you've seen this red before.
She looks down.
So we might get the line set again, break out the bottle of wine again, care for another drink.
And she's looking at a bright red ring on her finger with kind of a
Which
puzzle.
has just been red the whole time, as far as he's concerned.
As far as-
it's
yeah.
just a
But
red stone.
Just kind of a puzzled look on her face.
Is there something troubling you?
Yes,
Well, the fishing trip may be a success after all.
Well, that's what I was hoping, but I think it has been successful to spend some time with you. That's a better way of saying that.
So, the adventuring group is full of interesting individuals. I mean, Gloin turns into a dragon. Varenka can
Yeah.
talk to dragons, apparently. Well, what is it that you do in the group? I mean, surely you have something. You have some special skill.
Well, I think you've seen some of my sorcery powers. They especially tend to. I have abilities to harness the power of the elements, of the weather, of thunder and wind and lightning and such. And also, I often am the spokesperson for the group to negotiate when it's needed.
And any wild shaping?
Me? No, that's Strider's forte. He can turn into a giant eagle. He went up on a mountain and got some special powers from a goat or something.
Bear.
What about a shark? She would say, looking right at you.
What?
You know,
Okay,
basically,
above the table.
you would have taken that as, could Strider turn into a shark?
Yeah, no, he's mostly birds or land animals.
But
from what I've seen.
yeah, but he can,
And I did.
and he has.
In,
Oh, okay.
in Barovia.
You sure you want
So and just above the table, I mean, I've figured out that where shark would be in the category of things she would tend to hunt. Right.
I think that's reasonable.
Well, I don't want to mention that.
I think that's reasonable.
So okay, so yeah, so I've seen. What have I seen? What did I see Strider turn into?
You tell her, right?
Fish or something.
Yeah,
Eagle, bear, shark.
She specifically said shark, and you
Okay.
said, "Yeah, I think I've seen him turn into a shark. Certainly, some sort of fish."
And you? What can you turn into?
I can't. I told you my magic is about harnessing the powers of nature, of the weather. Such.
All right, I want a charisma check from Ruckus. Actually, let's make that a
Persuaded.
No, it's deception.
Deception.
It's a deception check, and I want an insight check from
Okay.
Christiana.
You are at an advantage here. I'm sure he has a really good
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
deception.
19.
You never know on an individual
It's
roll.
beatable.
Yeah. 13.
Yeah.
You did have.
I mean, he seems sincere. He's very convincing.
And handsome as hell.
And yeah, he's very charming.
Just throwing his friend Strider under the bus.
I was gonna say she could be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
And for you think of yourself as someone that doesn't have much use for that type of companionship, but if there was someone, there's worse people. So how far are you gonna push it? That's where we're going. How much you gonna share with him about yourself and your motivations?
Well, I mean, she's asked
She's
some.
tapping the ring like, man, why does this not work?
She's asked some pretty pointed questions, and he's denied
Yeah.
everything. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Doesn't explain the
Bit of a
gold.
buzz
apparently
kill.
believable.
Doesn't explain the gold.
you're gonna say something.
Well, I guess I'm just trying to think how if he would still keep single-mindedly after what the wife tried to charm her versus sort of
Maybe we
perking
should
his
get
interest.
back.
Like, what are these just because she's new to the group, or is she actually fishing for something? Haha. Okay, here.
Well, you could-
So
You could do an
you know,
insight
Strider,
check.
yes, he can change into animals, and Gloin can turn into a
Dragon.
dragon. But of course that doesn't make them like the monsters that you typically go after, right?
Nice.
You're after
I only go after
Benevolence.
problematic monsters when I'm hired to do so.
Sorry, say that again.
I only go after problematic monsters when I'm hired to do so.
Okay.
What were those potions? I'm trying to remember if I'd written them down.
So you have a potion that will force somebody to transform.
What?
Forgotten about
You
that
were
one.
there when Olak took it.
Oh yeah, but that was
You were next to Olak when he took it to prove he wasn't.
that was a different potion. That was a potion to cancel any shape changing.
Yeah. So
Yeah, same
that
thing.
you have another potion that would force a creature to revert
To their lichen form.
from to and from. You have one that takes them to, and you have one that takes them from.
Right.
And then you have your manacles.
Right.
Naughty.
Yeah.
So lichen means wear something,
Yes.
not specific to wolves and dogs.
Correct.
Correct.
Crap.
I'd forgotten about those. So many.
Here, try these on.
So many details to remember.
Would you like to do a shot with me?
Yeah, I'm trying to think how she would try to trick him. I'm hoping suggestions.
Well, you should have slipped it into the wine while I was setting the hooks. But
Right, and that's what I'm thinking now. But
Well, you can always try that again.
yeah, I mean, but he's. I guess what is Ruckus doing is the first question. Like, is
Well-
there an opening?
Well, you
Not
go
now.
to
He's
you
locked
go
down.
to another cove. It says, and you just tell them, "Let's try again with the fish."
And then and then you would.
And would you mind baiting the hooks for us? You were so good last time.
And I'll get you another glass.
And as you do it, can I have just another swig of that wine?
I'll take that from you.
And
I'll pour this while you're getting the hooks
well,
ready.
you've established that you're not pouring anything.
We've been drinking straight from the bottle, so yeah.
And so as he's baiting it, you wait for opening to you slip the potion out.
She's got little vials of potions like just on her
Hip.
hip there, so she would discreetly take and kind of.
Mm-hmm. So give me a sleight of hand. Don't suck.
No guarantees. Ooh, natural 20 plus 2.
Oh yeah. So I mean, so I'll let you counter that with your perception, but you're gonna have to beat it. So I Ruckus, to notice her slipping something into the wine, roll perception.
Yeah, where's my
It's just, I mean, she got 20 plus whatever her modifier is.
Natural.
Plus 2.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually pulled a 22.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
Beats it.
yeah, normally it would be meets it, beats it, but I'm ooh, that's a 22.
What
So
are the odds?
yeah, I think 22. He met your roll. You had a natural 20, and yet because the natural 20 doesn't mean anything in skill checks.
Yeah.
Right.
But it could, because you're DM and you can make up the rules.
Rule of cool.
There's the rule of
There
cool.
is the rule of cool.
Yeah, but what's cool? It could be cool for him to catch it. So I think it's time for you to make an. He turns around and he sees you putting something back in your pouch. Some small vial.
So he didn't see the bottle part.
He didn't see you putting it in.
Yeah.
He just sees you putting the vial back in his pouch, and now that's what you see, Ruckus. That's what Ruckus sees is her putting this. She has a bottle in one hand, and you see her slipping some small vial back into a pouch on her hip. That's all you see. And then she takes a sip of the. She
Take a sip of the wine. Yeah.
she takes a sip.
Question is, what do you say, if anything?
Or do.
Iocane powder. No.
If only.
Double.
Bless you. And again.
So this is before or after her poignant questions about.
After.
And we've
After,
moved
okay.
coves and talked about. I mean, it's not the only thing we've talked about.
Yeah, I mean, you're having a nice romantic encounter. She
Yeah.
seems receptive, and she's, and she's just saying she wants to go do some more fishing, and ask you to bait and grab the bottle, not grabbed, asked you for the bottle of wine, which you happily gave her, and you started to bait it, and it was once you were done, you looked back up. She was holding the wine. She probably had taken a sip and was sitting there.
Yeah.
You looked up, and she had just slipped something in her pouch, and she took another sip, and
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
Probably because since she had some, I probably think, oh,
It's obviously not poison, right?
it's not poison or gonna knock me out or anything.
Liquid roofie.
She's
All right,
resistant.
I'm just
poison,
I'm
but-
gonna let her roll.
You don't
So
know that.
I hope you.
I would probably go for the cheese again and maybe offer her another piece and take the wine back and
She would gladly hand you the bottle of wine.
You would, right?
Yeah, I think he's so like, oh my gosh, I'm this close.
Gotta seal the deal.
He's focused on that and takes a sip.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think the question is, does he turn into a full shark or his half shark form?
No, he turns into his hybrid form.
His hyper form?
Yeah, and
Really? Or?
pretty much. I mean, that's the idea of the potion.
Right.
Yeah. So as soon as you take that long draw,
I don't
you feel the burn go down your throat, and that's not the normal burn from the wine. As within a round, right? Because it takes just a bonus action, right, to do this. You feel yourself start to transform into the were shark.
So I might just kind of look at her like, damn it, what did you do? and jump into the water.
Nice.
So I don't know how fast it happens. I don't know what she sees, but
Oh, she sees you transform.
Oh, just yeah.
I mean, as you fall into the water, your tail flops. I don't know to what extent you
so
have a tail.
then I turn into a full shark and just book out of there.
Well, that would be a next bonus action. That would be in the next 6 seconds.
Okay.
Because you first turn into your hybrid form.
And
With the legs and
jumped in the water.
and then in your hybrid form, you jumped in the water. And then another 6 seconds after that, you bamf into your full-on shark. Is that what you're saying?
So she has a round to do something.
Yeah. So, yeah.
now she has to die.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
Where's the challenge?
Can I back that up a minute?
Yeah, so your bonus action was the force transition.
Okay.
You have
So
an
then
action.
He would jump out of the boat, but in such a way that it's like rocking really hard and might even knock her out of the boat.
Okay. So,
Because I don't
Yeah.
want her to just sit there and have a clear shot at me if she wants. I want her
yeah. So,
off balance, maybe falling out.
give me, and you're really strong in your hybrid form. So, let's give me a strength check. So, so this is going to set a DC for her dexterity. So give me a strength check.
Want me to do a strength check?
No. This we'll get to you.
I'm trying to get up to speed.
Yeah, I'm
again.
just trying to find my
I can do.
Two
stats
characters
here.
leave the
Okay,
room
so I
on
have.
returns.
You want me to roll
A strength check. Roll and add your strength modifier.
with my strength modifier? And where's? Ooh, well, okay, I got a 10.
All right. Well, that's
So I'm
not.
off balance.
Yeah. So and you weren't expecting this transformation.
Right.
So your first priority was getting in the water, and then as you're getting in the water, you thought, "Ah, damn her!" and you give the boat a kick, and it wobbles back and forth. Now you're going to roll a strength check to see if you can stay in the. But you grab onto the side as it's wobbling, but it's only a 10. So let's see. Your strength's not great, so we'll see.
Do a saving throw.
Yeah, strength saving. That sounds perfect.
A 0.
A 0. As
You're getting wet, girl.
yeah.
Not that one.
Not only do you get thrown out, but you hit your head at the same time.
Oof.
Give me a Constitution check.
Constitution
Saving throw.
saving throw. I do have a +5.
Oh, well, that's good.
Nat 20 +5.
All right. So, I mean, your head becomes wobbly for a second as you're thrown into the water, and you're just. I mean, you could swim, but you're just getting your bearing straight as you two pulls up and the cold water of the sea. It's like, what just happened? As you look left and right for this hybrid shark, and you don't know what his behavior is like in the shark. As you swim toward the side of the boat, and you put a hand on there, you try to start pulling yourself up.
Now, is the boat capsized?
It's not
or
no, it
just
wasn't
not-
enough to capsize, but it was enough to throw you off balance and threw you overboard.
Yeah.
So you gather yourself, you try to pull yourself up back into the boat.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah.
give me another strength check.
Rolls are kind of suspicious today because that's another nat 20.
Oh, it's a nat 20 because
I feel
pulling
like
your,
I've got nat ones, like only nat ones and nat 20s today.
so normally pulling yourself into a boat in the middle of the ocean is really hard.
I want to re-roll that with like a real dice. 'Cause it's just a d20.
But it is +5, so
Not strength.
oh,
That's
all right.
-1. Call that 11.
Yeah,
Mine's
11
one's a
is
10.
So
Yeah.
it's real. If you've ever been in like a canoe or a boat trying to pull yourself in the middle of a lake into one, it's not easy, especially if there's no counterweight. So yeah, at 11, you're trying to, and it just doesn't work. All right, so Ruckus, you've jumped in the water. You jumped in the water. You kicked the boat. Do you know she fell out? Yeah, you probably Her splash.
Sorry,
Sharks are very perceptive to splashing.
That's thing, yeah.
And you smell her aroma with the shark smell, right?
Smell the wine.
So, I would at least, I would look to at least see she's not drowning.
She flopped for a second before she grabbed the side of the rowboat.
But yeah, once I see she's got a hold of the boat, I'm out of here.
Out of here, out of here. I mean, so after maybe it takes you 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Eventually, you get back up in the boat, and you look around. And,
maybe she swims with the boat to like shallower water.
Well, if we look at this coast, yeah, okay. I mean, right up against the cliff, you get to a shallow point, and you stand up on some boulder, and finally you step into the boat. You're drenched. You look around, and there's no sign of Ruckus. But now you've seen him do it, you know. But you also know he didn't turn into a murderous were-shark and immediately come attack you.
It's true. But it clearly wasn't
Forthcoming.
wasn't happy to be found out.
In your experience,
Most aren't.
most aren't.
Yeah.
It's not too surprising.
It's not first date material, girl. Come on.
It's not like you were bitten in half below the waist.
It's like, surprisingly, you're the one that violated him.
That's what he thinks. Well, so now we've got two on the list. We've got a Strider, which I hadn't even considered, but until today. But yeah, we've got Strider and we've got Ruckus now.
So, after waiting a few minutes, you finally start rowing yourself back. And you know, it took him 30 minutes. You're pretty fit, but you're not strong, right? So, where it took him 30 minutes, maybe it took you 40 minutes, right? And he's a sailor, you're not. And so, after 40 minutes-ish, you finally make it back to shore by yourself. And probably that guy that rented... Well, this was Ruckus. This was their boat.
Yeah.
You walk back up to the guy, the fisherman on the dock, the guy, the outfitter, and he was, well, what happened to your buddy? Did you catch any fish today?
They weren't biting. No fish.
I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe.
If you come at first sunlight, that is when the best fishing happens.
Yeah. Maybe we just went out at the wrong time.
It could be. Yeah, try again in the morning. Maybe you'll have better luck. Well, what happened to your companion?
There it is.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling very well. He had to go take care of himself.
The sea is not for everyone. Ruckus, where did you go? What did you do?
Yeah, tie up our boat.
That boat's tied up, I assume.
Yeah, I would tie it right in front of
The memorial.
the memorial.
Ruckus would find somewhere inconspicuous to get up on the beach and turn back into himself.
Land shark.
And then head back to the tavern where I assume the rest of the crew still is.
I mean, you walk in the tavern.
Or,
so you're probably ahead of her.
Yes, and I imagine the potion, it's fast acting, but it doesn't last.
That's
very
right.
long.
That's right. It lasts, I'll call it a minute, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
You transform after a minute, you feel like you have control of yourself, that you can revert back to your normal self.
So I don't know, is everybody else just hanging out there, or did they have other things to go do today?
I'm going to challenge. I mean, you tell me, Dave, but
yeah.
I mean, if he went in over here.
Yeah, he went in and over here. He did a big swim all the way around, and he could be right here.
Okay, all right. So, and because he's a shark, he could crush that distance faster than she could.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
That's fine.
He might have turned back into his normal self 20 feet off the shore,
Right.
and then swam up as a normal person.
Right. It's still a bit of a. I don't.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how far that is on the map.
But
it's a bit of a trek.
A shark can certainly go faster than someone rowing a boat.
Right. I'm just saying, once he makes it back on land, that still looks like a little bit of a hike.
Oh yeah. It's not too bad.
Okay.
You're talking
15, 20 minutes?
There's 5
Oh,
houses,
wow.
right?
Okay. Fair
10
point.
houses, a couple blocks.
That's fine. Okay. So he's the one making it back before her.
Yeah.
Gang's all like
He walks into the tavern
soaking wet.
Beelines it for the room to dry off and change of clothes, probably.
Well, and if they're around, I'd be like, I want to huddle up. Everybody, come here.
Yeah, as you walk through, you see that. I don't know what the rest of you are doing, if you're hanging out in the tavern or not, but whoever's there, probably Strider and Gloin and Olak. Verika's probably spending some time to herself. and so as you come through, and he says, "Gentlemen, join me in my room. We need to talk."
Why are you wet?
Ruckus.
Come on, I'll explain.
All right.
Gloin, you go with him. Yeah. Olak.
Yep.
3 of you go up to your room.
So I would tell them, so we were going fishing, and I brought some snacks, and I thought we were having a lovely time, just the two of us, and she asked some questions about our group and who can transform into different creatures and whatnot, and then I guess she slipped something in the food or the drink, because next thing I knew, I was transforming into my wereshark form without willing it to happen. It happened to me. So I bailed out of the boat. I left her there, and I came back here as fast as I could. So now another person knows. Great. And I don't know. Maybe I fall into the category of monsters that she feels obliged to kill.
Didn't she tell us she was here investigating the monster that ate a person?
No. She wouldn't have told you that.
Okay.
We only know that she's on an assignment in
Yes.
the town.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do know that she chased the hairy Miros out of the tavern.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I should have seen this coming, but so
Sounds like she's a
now she
substantial
knows, and
threat
I
that
don't know,
needs to
she
be
might-
dealt
maybe
with.
she's gonna go declare it to the whole town. And I'm aware. Oh God, I probably need to get out of town.
We need to at least get you
She
back
goes
on the
around
Horde
a witch
Breaker.
hunt for me. What's that?
We need to get you back on the Horde Breaker.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I can swim out there myself, I guess. But
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't be here when she gets back.
If she starts broadcasting this, I'm screwed.
No, I'm not coming back here.
We still got another 24 hours. We're going to be here. I'm sorry.
Well, he'll be on the boat.
Not here.
You hear the guys talking in the room next door. You walk in.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah. Well, Little Miss Green here outed me as a wereshark.
I knew I didn't like her.
Somehow tricked me into transforming right in front of her.
Slipped your
And
Mickey.
now when she gets back, I don't know if she's going to tell. She might tell people and go decide I'm on her list for hunting. I think I got to get out of here.
I think that's wise for now.
So yeah, I guess I'll go hang out on the Stormbreaker, and you guys can sell the thing, unless you're all going to be guilty by association too. I don't know. Unless you can
Good luck.
keep her
Taking
quiet
her-
or
her
discredit
taking
her or
us on.
something. What's that?
It's good luck with her taking us all on.
Yeah, there's only one of her.
Even this whole town.
You and what army?
Exactly.
Well, she's out there in a rowboat right now somewhere. If you can intercept her at the docks, maybe.
She's not in a rowboat. She's in
Our rowboat.
your rowboat.
Well,
Which
there's
you
that.
would inform
Yeah.
them.
So maybe we go try to intercept her when she tries to come back.
You'd be pressed for time, right? You know the amount of time it took you to swim around and swim in and walk to the inn, and but certainly by now it with very little with normal timing, it doesn't seem unlikely that she could be back in the harbor any minute if she's not already there.
Strider would escort Ruckus back to the place he exited the water and leave Olak and the team. Olak, who knows Mowbray,
So you get
to contend with her.
I mean, you get to the point somewhere in here, right? As you're looking out on the harbor, and let's just find out. I'm going to make it 50-50 if she's already on the dock yet or not.
She had to climb up in the boat. She has to row it back.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's worthy to ask Olak, what does he think of all of this? Like, how
Yeah.
should we treat the situation with his friend?
It's not favorable.
Well, this whole monster hiding thing is new. That was not a part of her personality when I knew her. But from what I remember, she was a reasonable person. I mean, your best bet might be just to talk to her and then be ready to run if it goes poorly.
Well, you're a good man, Olak. You can do that.
I don't think it's going to mean much coming from me.
I think it's better coming from you. You were her friend, at least.
Yeah, but I
Somewhat.
guess
You know,
probably
you've got the most experience with her.
Time for talk is over.
true.
Go right.
All right. The people escorting Ruckus back, I want you to make a perception check.
Sweet.
One of you with advantage, each individually, whichever way you want to do it. Whoever's walking back with them.
Better review my spells here.
Is that me?
It could be.
What was that?
I'm going to stay at the inn, and I'm going to try to receive her and manage her with Olak.
Okay,
hopefully.
I will stay with Rinka then.
All right. So we have Gloin and we have Strider walking Ruckus back to the water.
Right.
So perception. I mean, you're the master of perception. So let him roll with advantage as you're helping.
What's your
him.
plus?
9.
Okay. Vernon? What was it? Okay, go for it.
Oh, you just want me to roll.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make this do it with advantage.
Don't worry.
Well, 16 plus 9.
20.
Yeah. So now let's see if she's back. Yes. It's so the fate has it that she is back. She had latched her boat, your rowboat, to the dock, and you see her, and she's standing in front of, probably talking to the outfitter,
Turning the fishing poles.
turning the fishing poles. And as you see her, you kind of duck behind the building. Okay, Marcus, there she is. So I'm gonna put her. Let's put her here, and you guys are here. You follow that? Here, she is here, doing business in this building.
Yeah.
You guys are starting to walk by, so you're here, and you look back, and there she is.
We should go around the other side of the building, and as she's walking around, we can take him to the boat.
So you come back around this side, right? Is that what you're telling?
Yeah. Then she's going to walk on down the street. We're going to go down to
Yeah,
the boat.
and she heads up this way. All right, super hard perception check.
Natural 20.
Well, that would be the thing, right?
He's been rolling them.
Yeah, 19. It's a plus 4, 23. Or you could make me roll a real die.
Because you're either getting high or low.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You roll a natural 20.
Yeah, if you roll a natural 20 right now, you saw them, period.
19 again. So
Oh. That's pretty darn good, guys.
plus 4, so yeah, 23.
So what you do see, as you're talking to this guy, you see out of the corner of your eye a group of men. You didn't really see who it was, but what you did see was, as you turn your head away, they kind of dash back. That's all you know. You don't know who it is or what it's about. Maybe it's Miros, for all you know.
It could be, but either way, it's suspicious.
Either way, it's suspicious.
It's a sleepy fishing town, right?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of...
So how aggressively do you investigate?
Okay, so they're...
You're still
You
wet. You're still
you are
damp
standing
wet.
here, right?
Uncomfortable.
You're standing here, kind of where that black dot is, and you saw them right here. And as you saw them just dash back behind the building.
out of the corner of your eye. Just
Can Strider launch of an invisibility in here somewhere?
They'll be
Now
fine.
you give me an insight check. Both of you.
Yeah,
All three of you give me an insight check.
You've gone back behind cover, so you don't know what she's doing. Yeah, she was...
Doesn't matter. We saw her.
Yeah, but you don't know if she saw you.
Granted.
So
But I was thinking about it even before we got to that.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Insight. 15.
15.
Was I in on that? Was that
Yes.
13.
13.
You said?
Insight.
Insight. What'd you get, Glenn?
He's working on it.
18.
18.
18.
I don't know, guys. She looked right over here as we're dashing away. That's what you know.
All right. Well, let's see how many can I cover.
I mean,
So we're down by the water now?
no. So we're in the moment, right?
Right.
She looked over there. She saw three people dash away. You don't know this, but she doesn't know who it was. This suspiciously. You guys looked over and you saw her face you just as you were running away. So in a turn with a dash, I'd say you make the length of this building, right? And if you do the same for her, which I was a question to you,
That's exactly what she would do. Yep.
turn and a dash, she's making it somewhere in here. So just as she's rounding, you're rounding. So
She's got farther to go than we do.
a little bit. So I think you rounded before her.
Yeah.
So now you have an opportunity. You can either dash or do some other action.
Well, Strider would like to cast invisibility at. Oh, let's see here. What gets me? Do I get
3 creatures.
each spell?
So what?
Both.
As this is happening.
Olak, would you think it would be better to stay in the inn, or should we go meet her at the dock?
I mean, I don't think we want to draw attention to the docks. So probably stay here, because she knows Ruckus is staying here. She's going to come here eventually.
Yeah, but she might bring more people.
You never know.
Strider will cast 4th level invisibility and get himself glowing and Ruckus
Turn them all invisible.
all invisible.
All right. So that's your action. So there's no dash for you this turn.
Right.
Glowing and Olak,
No, Ruckus.
Ruckus, you can choose to dash if you want.
Well, we don't want to get. I mean, we got a shorter distance to go around the back of the building
So-
than she does to come up the side of the building.
Yeah. So I would see you. That move gets you to this corner. A dash gets you in here somewhere. So, at this corner, somewhere in this corner is where Strider casts the spell.
Okay.
So, yes, Ruckus is going to dash.
Ruckus dashes along this building probably, and is probably
Yeah,
right. right where this darkness spot is.
So we're all still invisible, though, right?
Yeah.
But now only unless you don't do dash. Do you dash or do you do something else? Invisible, glowing.
Why would I, if I'm invisible, why would I dash? What are you saying? If I don't
To
dash,
get away, to move further away from the potential pursuant.
but he won't be able to.
You
keep
could
up with
hide.
Well, he did not. He did not keep up.
us. Right.
You could try to hide. You could try to do a stealth check. You could bonus
I'm
action.
invisible,
Yes, you are.
and I'm
But,
not,
and yet,
We
she
can't-
could still find you. All invisible does is give her disadvantage on her check.
Are you saying she can see invisible?
No, I'm saying she can investigate, and it would have disadvantage on her check.
To find an invisible person?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not arguing this with you. That is what was going to happen.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and dash and keep up with.
all right,
But he goes faster than I do anyway.
there is another option for you. Bonus action and fly away.
Yeah, but you give up your
Yeah.
invisibility.
Yeah,
Would you?
yeah.
I don't think so.
It's only within a certain. You got to stay within.
No.
No. No range.
There's no range.
No.
It's not a magical thing.
It isn't. Well,
magical,
his
but-
transformation is not magical.
Well, he's not casting a spell. If he was casting a spell to do
Yeah.
it, then it would go away.
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
But it's
And for me, it's concentration up to an hour. So as long as I'm focused on it, which I will be,
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
then
there's time,
But-
spell casting, and attack. And
What breaks the invisibility for him is the question.
time,
Yeah.
spell casting, attack. I think.
spell ends for
Casting a spell, taking an attack.
the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell,
Which
So-
is not.
which is not what
so
he's
you-
doing.
you
So
can
bonus
transfer.
action into. Okay, yeah. So fine. Dragon, and I fly up, and I'm going to be watching her.
Okay. I thought maybe you'd carry him away.
Yeah, it's not going to be silent either. Like it's going to be.
Yeah, that's true. So wait a minute here.
What are you going to do?
So if you can take a 30,000 feet approach, and then she can't hear you. But
She doesn't see us. She's not gonna. She's probably gonna head back to the end. She doesn't see us. I'm just gonna. Glowing. I'm catching up with Ruckus.
All right. So you're both invisible right around there.
Yes.
Strider is invisible right on this corner.
Yeah.
And that about then is when you run finally on your next turn with your normal movement, you make it to this corner. All right. And you look around and you don't see anything.
I would investigate.
And tell me how you would investigate.
I mean, I'd be looking for tracks.
Yeah, sure. So give me an investigation check.
with disadvantage, right?
So she's looking in the tracks for the dirt. That's not invisible.
And I have advantage on investigation, so I rolled a 25.
Yeah, I mean you see there was fresh footprints, right? Maybe seemingly fresh footprints, trampled weeds, right through here, but they don't stop, right? As you follow those weeds along the building, they just go around the building.
Okay, yeah, so I'd follow them. Follow the tracks.
Okay, wait. Okay, but how many turns have happened here now?
Well, you've each had 2.
Well, she's still at the corner because she.
That's right. You have, because you use your action to investigate and follow these tracks. You didn't action dash,
Yeah,
right?
that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are a good 60. You are 30 feet ahead. They are 60 feet ahead. You, as you stand there and pressed up against the wall, you see her kind of take a knee down to the ground and looking at the dirt, and kind of waves her hand over the grass, and you say, "Oh crap! I mean, she's a tracker, right? She's a monster hunter. This is what she does, right?" As she picks up the trail of where you guys have been running, your back's pressed against the wall, and you see her kind of just look forward, and she starts walking towards you. What do you do?
Walking towards me. All right.
Well, towards your spot.
Right.
She's not looking you in the eye.
Got you. Okay.
She's just following the tracks, keeping the eye.
1 second.
25, right?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah.
sorry.
And you guys aren't exactly trying to cover your tracks. You're invisible. She can't
Right.
see you.
Right.
You're just trying to get away.
And he is a sorcerer, so she might suspect that he has abilities.
Yeah, no.
And there were 3 of you. You knew that too.
Right. No. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to take any action
Yeah.
because I'm worried about making any noise, right? It's not
Yeah.
like I have the whole
You're
That's
doing
what that
everything in your to be still
and quiet.
Yeah. So give me a stealth check.
It's one of my best things. One of my good things. It's a good thing, not a best thing. All right, let's see here. That's a nat 20 plus 6.
Yeah. Okay.
It's nat 20 night.
Pretty good. All right, and so going around the bend in this darkness of spot, Ruckus and Gloin, you feel like you've made some distance on her. Do you move and dash?
Yes.
And
Yes.
to where?
Towards the water.
Towards the water. So
Well, could we?
you could cross in front of this building. You could be here, or you could be
I'd
about
like to get
here.
the building between us if we can.
Yes.
Yeah. So go to the over the
Right.
main
Since
dragon.
I
around
got
the
turned
corner.
invisible, I'm beelining for the water.
Ruckus is beelining for the water. Ruckus, you get to about here. Now, Gloin, do you stay with him?
Sure.
All right.
Like I can see him, right?
All right. Now we're
can
back
whisper
to
to each
we're
other.
back to Christiana. You're following, so you do your normal movement and staying with your path. I mean, you get to about here in your normal movement, 30-ish feet. All right, and so you can either do another, what did I say, nature check,
Investigation.
investigation check as you check the weeds and follow this, or you can try to follow the direction. What do you want to do?
She's past me now, right?
Oh yeah, you've passed him.
Excellent.
Yeah. I think it's safe to assume that they're going around the building.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like
Alright.
that's a safe enough assumption.
I mean, you moved to here, right?
So she would continue going around the building.
So you dash to here.
Yeah.
You dash. I mean, you dash there and you don't see anything.
Right, but I
Yeah.
mean, she...
And we didn't investigate this time, so you're not necessarily following tracks through the weeds, right? But you looked there, and there's nothing there, all right. And now we're back to you. She's walked past you, and dashed. She followed up to the corner. She looked left, right, and then dashed forward to see if she could see anything between her and the water. She stops there for momentarily, and I mean, this is all continuous, right? So we're back to you.
So then I would like to. Can I still see her from where I'm at? Or
No,
no.
I mean,
cannot.
you were still.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was being really careful. I get
Yeah.
it.
You're almost afraid to breathe.
Right at this stage. However, I will attempt. If where your cursor, if you're saying where the cursor is, where
I
I
mean,
was,
you're kind of this black dot right
right
here,
here. Okay. All right, and she's out in the middle.
and she's kind of like right here.
Here. Okay. Is this all structure or is this an alley? It's kind of hard to tell. Like in here, is this open? Like could I pass through?
Yeah,
or no?
it doesn't. There seems to be some. I'm gonna say no.
No, it looks like structure. I agree. Just asking.
Yeah,
Then
somebody scored.
yeah, here's open. Then Strider will attempt to move back around. Like I want to
Okay.
get away. I want to move away from her.
Yep.
And
Yep.
as gingerly
Just-
as possible if I need.
Yeah.
to.
You know. So give me a stealth check
Yep.
as you just move with your normal movement
Yep.
carefully.
Yeah. It's a 17.
Still pretty good as you get kind of to this corner.
Yep.
All right. So that's them. We're back to Ruckus and Gloin. As you ended here, and you're running for the water. I'm thinking you're not even looking behind you.
Yeah.
So
I'm just
another 30
going down to
feet.
the water.
Another 30 feet. You get to the water and you jump in.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn into a shark.
Yep. And what do?
I think I'll do my bonus action and turn into a dragon, amphibious.
Yeah, sure. You jump in the water, and so we're to you. There's not much of a check here. Something just jumped into the water.
A large,
Big.
a large. Something.
A couple. The shark is a little bit more stealthily gets into, but the dragon is not quite as sly to get in the water.
But then the action is a dash. So I splash into the water and then
Oh yeah,
I turn as 50 feet of swimming.
yeah. So now we're to you. What do you do?
I would run towards the splash.
You run towards the water and you look out into the water, and now we're into the water, right? And there's really, from your angle looking across the top of the water, you can't see in there. Not unless there's something poking out of the water, right? You just stand there and you look left, look right, and then there's the docks, but you don't see anything.
Well, whoever they were, they got away.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever it was, whoever they were. Yeah.
Yep. Now do you continue back to the inn?
Yes.
Poured into the constable.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So you go back to the inn, and so that's where we have Varinka and Olak. Are you sitting amongst the tavern?
Yeah, I think we would be sitting out. Well, I'd be sitting in that corner booth where Ruckus is.
Let's get these guys out of the picture.
How busy is it while you're moving those out?
It's middle of the afternoon. It's probably not dinner time yet.
Yeah.
Is it after lunch?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
after
yeah,
lunch.
Yeah, we cleared midday already. So.
So,
This field Alice isn't there, but maybe we have just these two right here. One other table, and he's not there. Ruckus isn't there. And so, where would you like to be hanging out?
in the corner booth.
So the problem with this corner booth is it's got full floor to ceiling walls. You wouldn't be able to see very well. Now you could put yourself back here at this table and it's still
Yeah.
you can see
That's fine.
you can see the door fine. But when she walks in, she'll see you also. And so
Olak, I'm of the mind to call her over straight away.
Now, does the constable still have the guards?
well the constable isn't in here, and you probably knew that from lunch, right? He has his own office, right? Probably at
Then she'd be going to wherever the constable is.
Okay.
I just
So you go to the constable, the constable Jessup.
Yeah.
You walk in, you're all wet. You know your leathers dry out pretty quick, but your cloth, whatever cloth you had on, you're still pretty wet, and you probably dried off to a certain amount. What do you report?
I've got 2 leads for you.
Tell me.
One goes by the name of Ruckus
Stormfront.
Stormfront, or
Yes. Who is Ruckus? Which one?
the one that adventures.
Can
The
you-
long black hair,
Oh, the suave guy, the Mr. Charming.
Mr. Charming. Yes,
Okay, really?
he can turn into a shark, and then there's. I'm trying to look up the characters so I can look up what you guys actually look like.
He's a dwarf, elf.
Oh, what elf?
Yeah, that's
The elf that hangs out with the
things.
charming guy.
Yes, the elf that hangs out with the charming guy.
He also can turn into a shark.
Well, I guess I don't know how much Well, Ruckus would have told us he's a druid or whatever. So should say he can wild shape. So it could be him too.
I see.
But Ruckus is a slippery one. He's evaded me.
Well, evaded you? I thought you were a monster hunter.
Well, he jumped into the water.
I see. Yes, of course.
Not a shark myself.
You can't turn into a
I
shark.
can't turn into a shark.
So you think one of these men could be our culprit? Could have killed our poor Mr. Montague.
I do think so, though we'll have to be careful about this. They have their skills.
Now, what do you plan to do?
Well, we should first go to the inn, see if they're there, or at least if their companions.
Yes, at once. Let me go. Peter, Joe, come with me. He grabs a couple guards.
We'd go to the yeah, and she would tell him like I don't think they're, super violent. So let's
Not a direct threat.
not a direct threat. So we'll should try talk to them first. We're not trying to start a battle in the middle of the inn.
Oh, well, yes. We would hate to destroy our inn. Where'd he go? All right. So he follows you back to the inn. Should I post guards at the exits?
I think that would be best.
All right. We'll do that. And he points one. You go there. You go there. Would you like me to accompany you, or do you want to go in yourself?
Yes, you should come along.
All right. I gotta find this. Oh, here he is.
He is the law in the town.
Right, he's the law. I'm just the hired
So you walk in.
private eye. Yeah.
You walk in. You both step in. You look left and right. There's no Ruckus and Strider aren't there, but you do see there are two companions, and they both eye you as you walk in. So this is a little change, right?
Oh, for sure.
There's no ruckus.
There's no Ruckus, and she's not alone.
Yep. Olak, I look at you and say, do we want to call her over? Or she's probably going to come over already.
Yeah.
Oh, they're looking.
I think she's gonna
We're
come
looking
over
directly
already.
at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
So you cross the room with the constable at your backside.
Yep.
Oh no. You cross the table.
how was your fishing?
It was quite eventful. Now that you mention it.
You look wet.
Yes.
Damp.
Ruckus is
Moist.
Moist.
is a slippery individual, isn't he?
Where is Ruckus? I thought he went with you.
Well, I thought you could tell me,
How would I know? You were the last one with him.
seeing as he turned into a shark and jumped in the water and then knocked me in.
Turned into a shark. That's interesting. How do you feel about that?
Have you seen Strider?
No.
All
He
right.
might be still in his room.
Deception.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do deception on that.
Up to this
Insight.
point, I hadn't really lied. That was the
Yeah,
first
that's the first one.
14 plus 1 or 2.
Insight.
And I'm sure the constable would also.
Yay, a 3!
Yeah.
Well, I get advantage and he gets advantage. Or
Yeah.
you get advantage.
Yeah.
So I think it
Now,
cancels.
constable. He's eyeing him curiously.
Yeah, I got plus 1. So 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled 3.
Yeah.
So
It's hard to say. I mean, you know what you saw, but does he know where? Is he lying about where he knows Strider is, and you're not entirely sure? It does seem odd, but it doesn't seem odd. It's absolutely true that he knew, who, you're right, all the way. That you two went fishing. It makes sense that he would say the last time he knew he was with you fishing. Mm-hmm. The timing is such there hasn't been a lot of time for them to connect.
I mean, part of this would be the constable taking lead as well. Constable is the law, right? So, what is that?
Oh no, you're not getting out of this. This is you. This was your lead, and he's following your lead.
I'm not saying he would take lead, but he would have something to say. I mean,
I can't act without any type of proof.
I think you should take them in.
Take me where?
Take-
For what?
These two on what charge?
Well, until we find the rest of the group.
For what charge?
You've got a dead man.
Hey, he says, Christian, come, let's sort this out.
She admitted that Ruckus can turn into a shark. You want to find Ruckus?
I did not admit that. I said, shark? What are you
That's-
talking about?
Okay, maybe I'm misremembering, but I remember you saying that.
No.
Yeah.
I admitted nothing. I admitted nothing.
I didn't catch. You said I saw him turn into a shark.
Yeah.
And she acted in astonishment. And there
But
was.
it couldn't have happened. But what? A shark?
And he put.
seems very
What
unlikely.
do you expect us to do? I mean, they've been staying here. They brought a lot of money into our town.
You've also killed someone.
What proof?
You were supposed to bring the proof.
This evidence that you were looking for
Yeah.
all afternoon.
Just because they can turn into a shark, I mean that's coincidental. If they,
Well, we need to talk to them, right? We're not arresting anybody. We're not
just
killing
wanted
or
to arrest
jailing.
me.
No.
I'm not there. I'm
no.
not there.
you did say take them into custody.
No, bring them in
Okay, bring them in.
for questioning. Okay, we can do the questioning right here in the middle of the inn. Do you want to do that in front of everybody?
He looks around and says, I think we could do it in front of
Okay.
everybody. Instead of insulting these two people.
Olak,
I've never
I've been
insulted.
conferring with you at this point. What do you want to do?
We should not let them take us in. That seems
Yeah.
like a bad idea.
Like,
If it comes down to it, can you teleport?
I can't teleport, but I could probably wipe the floor with both of them.
There is a window right there.
I don't think we want to do that.
I don't want to do that, but that's pretty much my only option.
I
If
mean,
it comes down to it, I will teleport you out of here.
Okay?
Gravity well, suck all
And
the
then I
tables
will
into
follow
them.
as soon as I
Yeah,
can.
right. Pulse wave, boom, 15, 30 feet
The land
back.
will disappear and everything in it.
No. Unfortunately, I don't have that option.
Oh.
It's less violent, but it takes forever.
So as you know, just as above the table, because I'm dual classed, I'm not as strong as you guys are as wizards, so I can't do all that kind of fun stuff. Not yet, anyways. All right.
I think we need to table it here.
all right, let's table it here. As you confer
As
of
they
how
come
you're
back.
going to talk to these guys, and they confer about how they're going to approach it. What will happen? This is exciting stuff.
Ruckus had to go eat a guy.
He did. He
A
had
good
to.
The
guy.
natural consequences of our actions.
A well-beloved man of the people.
Who happen to look
you
like
had ruined a perfectly good date. It's going so well.
I thought we really connected.
I kind of did.
Yeah. There's ways of resolving all this, but running away and fighting is not how you do it. I'll put it that way.
And neither's arresting people.
Yeah. My guards, this is going to get serious
Potato.
quick.
Take them into custody.
Take him in for questioning.
Take them in for questioning.
Arrest these men for murder. Man and woman for murder.
Oh my goodness.
No, accessory to murder. We're not even the suspects.
Yet.
Yeah. This isn't a Spanish Inquisition.
Yet.
Yeah.
And I mean, you chase them out of town.
Great job, by the way, Wes. Great night.
Yeah.
I like
Oh yeah,
the
you
turns.
had a
I like the
reroll ahead
turns.
of you that you could have used somewhere.
I could have. Yeah. I didn't really need.
I gave you one for free, or actually, you took a negative roll for free.
Right, yeah.
All right.
I felt it fit this story better if she fell out of the boat.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried, you know, that Christiana's a little single-minded. She's gonna get half this town killed.
Yeah, if there's a big battle between the 4 of you, 5 of you, 6 of you, whatever it is, in the middle of town, that's going to be bad for the town.
It's gonna be really bad for us, bad for the town.
That's not... I was hoping it would go in a different way, and
It still could.
It still could.
But you're going to have to humble yourself and bare your soul a bit about, and that might not be part of who Christiana is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have to answer the question: Are we the baddies?
That's why I'm looking out to Olak for advice on what to do next. Because
That's a question you have to be wrestling with ever since you took these gifts from the Dark God.
yeah, Varinka is definitely kind of feeling okay, man. I'm ready to come out fighting because that's not she just doesn't have. She's a fighter. Her natural desire is to fight it out.
But I feel like you've also played her with a strong moral compass.
No. Well, I guess she has she does
Hey,
have a moral
Velvet
compass.
destroyed
It just
how
doesn't
many
follow
people?
anybody else's. You know,
In Barovia, you did.
yes.
For sure.
Now, Ruckus booked it because he was worried like the whole town was going to be on a witch hunt for him.
But I would have killed
Right.
half the town for her.
But if
That's
everybody,
the
if we
difference.
all bail, that screws up some business deals we've been working for a long time here.
At least
If we
one.
let her run us all out
Up
of
two.
town.
But yeah. I mean,
And I would say just above the table is it's not going to be nearly as fun if you just run away. And yeah, you might get thrown in jail, but the thing is that opens all sorts of other opportunities, right? Maybe there's a jailbreak. Maybe they break you out of jail, right? There's other opportunities. Like just because something negative happens doesn't mean it's the end of the line. It opens other doors for other.
And there's no law that
opportunities.
says we can't have Varinka, Olak, and maybe Gloin close out those deals, right? It's not like they don't know where the Horde Breaker is. It's not like they can't turn in the Ramaraz.
Strider doesn't know they're after him at all.
Right.
No, I get it.
But no. Yeah, he does. Ruckus
Strider doesn't.
Oh, Ruckus didn't say anything.
No, well,
Ruckus didn't.
Wait,
Has
and
not-
Christiana didn't say anything to us about Strider either.
Has not yet mentioned.
Yeah. Strider.
right. I hear you. To me, that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Right now, Strider is invisible and staying out of sight, right?
Yeah. At the moment.
And, at the moment.
The next
And
50 minutes.
whatever. But what I'm saying is, to answer Glenn's concern, push come to shove, the deals can still be closed as far as the Ramaraz and whatever without Ruckus, Gloin, and Strider push come to shove, right? We still have two people who, okay, maybe they want to be question them, but at the end of the day, they can still finish getting the Maidenhead in the boat. They can still finish turning in the Ramaraz in a crate. All that can still happen. So
And we're never coming back here again.
My question is, we got to figure out a way. All right, above the table, story time. Figure out a way that we want Christiana in our group.
Yeah, and I think there's plenty of avenues where that can happen.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want her. I might want her in my
Well-
stomach, but I'm not sure about it.
Well, we need to get there.
So I guess like my philosophy on like this is like really above the table on D&D is like if you only ever do, follow like the wins and you never occasionally lose, then you close a lot of doors on other potential stories that might happen.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. No,
I
that's
feel like
great,
getting run out of town is losing.
truly,
For murder.
I'm good with that.
yeah, but currently, Ruckus is going to want nothing to do with her.
right,
And frankly, she's lucky he didn't just fight her head off.
right.
Well, he likes
Right.
her. And there's at least genuine receptiveness to him up to a point. So there's something to be said there.
But right now, she's trying to get you all arrested.
I think she's trying to do her job. Conflicted or not, she's doing her job.
And it's not about arresting. She's seeking information.
Right.
Do I like her? Does Rinka like her for that? No. And I mean, I find it hard to reconcile that. So it's going to be a long week of me thinking about it.
Which is good. Which is a goal of the night.
Yep. Right.
It's intriguing storytelling.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. We're at an interesting spot. I'll do some thinking as well.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Ruckus to run. I mean, it makes sense why he did it, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could have approached it like, listen, you could have just been totally honest with him. Hey, this has happened. This is telling me this. And so you could have been totally.
That's where I intended to go next. Was to,
you could have done that before
before
the potion, and it would have been interesting to see how he reacted.
Yeah.
He might have still denied it.
Right, and like if he, I guess that's kind of the direction I had hoped was like he would like quietly confess to something,
And as he jumped in the water, you might have shouted to him, "Don't run! I just want to talk."
That's a good point.
Could have. But I mean, he did kick the boat, and you were thrown in, so that's maybe far fetched. And as you were running, you could have shouted, "I just want to talk!" Right? It tried to make it to lower the tension of the moment.
Yeah. I guess I was thinking about just like finding out who it was.
Yeah. I mean, you were suspecting,
but
yeah. So those are just trying to be more honest and open and non-threatening, right? That might be a way to get them more on your side.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the bottom of the line, they're right. As I don't know if Ken is still on the line, are they the bad guys?
Yeah.
Right. Because at the end of the day, he did murder that guy.
Right.
I mean, it did happen.
Yeah.
And they are not innocent, right? Verika blew up 20 cultists. They weren't hurting her.
No.
They were caught up in something. They didn't have a knife to the throat. Those people specifically, they hadn't attacked. So, yeah. Are they the bad guys?
Are they the baddies?
Yeah. Should they perhaps look for a way to atone? Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of got caught up in it and trying to. I was probably a little out of my depth at the end. I'd kind of gone in a direction.
The adrenaline's flowing a little bit. What do I do? I'm thinking the heat of the moment. Right. Yeah. Now you have a whole week.
Now a week to. It was for the reason. In addition to time.
Yeah, it was time
to call it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is great storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to get away from this adversarial.
Right.
To some way, because as a monster hunter, you would see his affliction as something he can't control, perhaps, and not that he's an outright murderer, but he's not the bad guy. Maybe this dark god's the bad guy. If he can
there's the whole lycanthrope wing of the the what are they, mutagens or whatever.
All right, Glenn, Ken, I don't know if you're still there. I'm gonna hang up now. By the way, this whole conversation's been on camera.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. So.
But that was a thought of mine as well, was to pitch on that.
And now we end our live stream. And. All right, so we're clear now.